You know,
Like,
the only person I could arguably root for the two is the obvious one is Hank, right? Even though he's kind of a shitty racist
I don't
person,
think so. I think you're rooting against Hank.
then
I think you're
honestly,
like, oh, come on, get away, get away, get away.
then the one I think you root for, the one that you should have sympathy and root for, is Jesse.
I agree. He's rootable, but he does awful shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, compared to Walt, his awful shit is. Uh,
It's
okay,
not as bad, but you're still rooting for Walt.
you are still
You
rooting
are
for
still
Walt.
rooting for Walt.
He's an
Yeah.
anti-hero.
I mean, hell, by the end of Game of Thrones, you really have no one to root for.
He actually isn't an anti-hero. He's a villain.
He is a
Walt,
villain.
Walter White is a villain.
Walter White's a villain.
It's like if you watch Dexter. I mean, Dexter is I mean, he's doing quote good for it, but he's a serial killer,
Yeah.
and you're rooting for the serial killer, not the cops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Game of Thrones. Once Ned dies, it's like,
Okay,
I don't know.
like it tries to get you root for
Tyrion.
John. Uh, yeah, but even Tyrion does some kind of awful stuff. Not as much, I guess, as
Arya. I rooted for Arya for a long time. I rooted for. You know what's crazy is when you're like,
Patrick
dude,
Bateman.
fuck. Oh, what's his name? I just forgot it. Shit.
Jon Snow.
No.
It's-
Reek.
oh, yeah.
Theon.
Theon.
Originally, you're like, fuck Theon, and then you end up going like, oh, Theon,
I
come
know.
on, buddy.
I know.
You can do it, Theon.
Do you still get that same feeling? I guess they haven't gotten to his resolution in the books yet, but is that do you start seeing that same turnaround in the books, or is that just a show thing?
We're not even close.
We're not even close.
In the books, he's still getting his dick cut off and like eating. Yeah.
Turning on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, look at that Wisebot, baby. Wisebot came in there and fucking laid the smackdown.
Seconds.
Laid the smackdown on that bullshit. See that, Cash?
1,000 seconds.
That was unrelento fast.
We had a guy in chat, or a bot in chat saying like, "Hey, we can pay for us, and we'll get you subs and followers."
Basically, the wannabe famous bullshit guys.
And it was timed out for 18,000 seconds.
Dude, Wisebot's on it, baby.
5 hours. He is timed out for 5 hours.
Aaron, Cash said real quick, he goes, wait, are you telling me Patrick Bateman isn't the hero? Yo, what's up, Faye? Welcome in. Oh man,
That's interesting. Why do we have that? Why do we have that like fascination with, I guess, evil, but like they're highlighted as the good character, or not good, the rootable character.
Yeah, well, it's like what I say, Wes. I love a villain with redeeming qualities.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
because the human condition is gray.
Mm-hmm.
Pure good and pure evil is unrelatable.
True. Yeah, I guess even Walt at the very end at least tries to do tiny bits to redeem himself. Again, not much, but
well, he also, that's a different case because the Breaking Bad formula is to start as an everyman, good, white, and turn. He's not consistently morally gray, but he enters from altruistic to morally gray to morally bad, and it's that arc. So it's different.
Wes, to answer your question, Cash says because sociopaths don't see being completely self-serving as being a bad thing.
True. I don't know, it's just fascinating because I think back to like.
Also,
Star
the
Wars.
picture of Kana brought to you by Casual Elephant.
Since we have Kane up there, I could think back to Star Wars. Like that's clearly like the light side and dark side. And the first time we're introduced to any sort of gray character is Han Solo, right? He's just doing it for money.
He's a rascal.
He's a rascal. He's a scoundrel.
He's a rascal.
He's a space scoundrel.
He's your character from Starfield if the game lets you do that.
There are so many Star Wars mods in my collection for Starfield now. All the
Shit.
police,
Really?
and New Atlantis are stormtroopers now.
How many more mods have you added?
None. I just update the collection.
Oh, you updated. Okay, gotcha.
But
I haven't played in 5 days, man. God.
yeah, I love that thing you brought up about speaking of the mods, the one mod that was made that got pulled off of Nexus mods. The
Oh
I don't
yeah,
remember
the
what
pronouns one.
Yep.
Yeah, that fucking piece of shit. Yeah. That's why I said what I said about Nexus mods, how I love them more now that they did that. Told them to get wrecked and get fucked. And anybody who supports that can also get wrecked and get fucked and get off our platform because we don't need you.
My pronouns are
Get
not
fucked.
playing Starfield.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing like current new posts that people are still upset because of that one thing in this game. Again, they're rating this,
Dude. Ugh.
they're rating it down not because of anything wrong with the game like you've talked about, Aaron. Not that any criticisms about Bethesda. Nope, because of one box with a left or right slider that changes one thing.
God forbid there should be progressiveness. Oh my God.
Nobody gave a shit in Cyberpunk when you can have a female voice, tits, and a huge cock. Like,
yeah.
Nobody freaked out about it.
Those same pronoun fucks are there designing their perfect dick in fucking Skyrim, so they can suck it.
Baldur's Gate did the same thing.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Like,
Yeah.
the confusing thing is why Starfield? Why are you so upset about that one in particular? It just proves how fucking like this agitprop works. It's so potent.
And I get it. It's possibly it is the biggest game to do it that I can think of, right? Except for Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is fucking huge. Baldur's Gate's fucking huge. Like, I'm pretty sure Baldur's Gate's made more money than both of those games.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Starfield has definitely hit the mark for the best or the number one
They're
selling
all big
Bethesda
games.
game so far.
I'm just saying, I don't think the size of
Right.
the release has anything to do with it.
I guess I would say Starfield for the general public.
Are you thinking of like because it's Bethesda?
Yes, it's Bethesda. It's like, oh, these guys made Skyrim, so
I mean, CD Projekt Red is pretty big too.
I really don't think it has anything to do with
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But it's new.
I think they're just stupid.
Yeah.
And they just are like they see someone get mad and they're like, "Oh, I'm mad too."
Yeah.
Like you guys are so you guys are so easily riled up. Like, you just rile each other up over the stupidest stuff, and there's so many different examples of that. Like, have some consistency, have some moral code that you follow. I would have so much more respect for them if they got mad at all of them and had legitimate criticisms for them. But there just isn't any. And that's why. They just pick one thing to get mad about from one game that has no basis in reality. That's just they're made up thing. They're made up stories that they get told from fucking Fox News that seeing a gay person in your youth will turn them gay. Like, my children can't be around a gay person, otherwise they will be gay, because that's how it works. Like,
yeah,
they live in a different world. They're delusional.
Yep.
And this is proof. It's proof right here. You're mad at Starfield pronouns. Nobody cares about any of the other stuff in any of the other games that has this, in much more graphic detail, such as Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2.0 just launched today. That's a huge release.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can go in there, female voice, tits, huge cock, vagina, no tits, and a male voice. Like, you can make a legitimately transgendered person in there. No one has said anything about that.
But there's no it's not bad. But there's no pronoun slider.
There is, because when you pick that game, when you pick that character, you get referred to as she or he. You get referred to as a pro. Everyone has pro. That's the stupid thing about it.
You know,
Is you don't need a slider. Everyone has pro. You already have them. You fucking moron. Read a fucking book. It's so easily. They're just so easily riled up. They're like little kittens.
You said something that's got me to think. Like some of those people being around a gay or transgender or drag person, it's going to cause your kids to do that. So the people during the Live Aid concert who filled Wembley Stadium to see Freddie Mercury, everyone in that audience is now gay, right? By
Don't
their
show my
logic.
kids that. Don't show my children that. My kid turned gay because they watched that.
Or I've seen Elton John perform, or again back in the day, Liberace perform.
There's no moral consistency. There's no moral code. They just follow headlines that they see on Fox News and Twitter. They're just
Sheep, lemmings.
That's it. That's it. That is the fucking most funny thing too, is that they say the left are sheeple for getting vaccinated. And it's like you just hear terms and throw them back at, like, you literally just follow whatever Fox News tells you to do and call us sheeple. Like, you guys are so stupid. You're saying other people are doing the thing that you're doing. It's insane.
Yep.
I just
Mind virus.
I hate seeing stuff all over every website, not even social media websites, just literally news stories about it. I hate hearing it. I hate, like, I have my Vegas trip in a couple of weeks, and I hate seeing the videos now of people losing their minds on airplanes for whatever dumb reason, because now I'm thinking, oh crap, that's going to happen to me. My
Right.
plane, I'm going to have to get taken off the plane, or someone's going to scream or say something about somebody else, and like I just don't want it.
Yeah.
Like,
Eventually, if you fly enough, it's gonna happen.
yeah.
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 But like I want all of it's some weird. I want all of like the tech and all of the internet, like all of the future stuff we've made now, but with like people's mindset from the 90s. In the sense, like, I know people still had some of these same thoughts. They just didn't say them out loud and loudly.
Yeah. Trump has a lot to do with that.
Oh yeah.
Trump normalized a lot of that racist.
And you can just say fake news whenever you want.
Oh God, I literally hate that so much.
It's the worst.
At this point, it's so annoying to hear that fake news. Like,
What's really really funny about that is that a lot of those fake news terms started on, I get, Trump and Fox News.
Yeah.
But most of the shows that say that don't call themselves news shows.
Exactly.
right.
Fox and Friends doesn't say it's a news show. Tucker Carlson is not a news show. All of those, because they don't say Fox, like Fox News, urgent news, or whatever. Like CNN does the same thing, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
360 with Anderson Cooper doesn't claim to be a news show,
Right.
Yeah.
at least in their name and marketing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But CNN will also have CNN headline news
Right.
to tell you, like, hey, this is what is, like, here's
Whoa.
at least
I was
our
just going to say, it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
media bias, right?
Because I'm
So
looking at the rest of you
here's our
guys. This is the guy now.
Here's our slant on this
fucking. Am I
news
right?
story.
You know I'm right.
Yeah.
Fox News has a
guy
news segment that does
fucks.
the same thing, but then
Mhm.
all of their basically talk shows fall into entertainment category. Hell, a judge actually said that about Tucker Carlson when that show was being sued,
Yeah.
or Hannity, one of the two.
What up, Hamsky? How you doing? How you doing? Can I talk about what I've been watching lately?
Sure.
I am absolutely obsessed with live action One Piece.
Yes.
It is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to watch just one episode last night, and then it was 3 a.m. And I started at midnight.
Oh, you started at midnight. I was like, wait, you started at noon, so you're done?
No, I got to episode 4. Started a little bit episode 4, and I was like, I can't do it. I forced myself to go to bed. But god damn, is it fucking good. It is so good. There isn't anything in any of the episodes I've seen so far that I don't like. I'm just, man, it makes me want to watch the anime now, but it's so vast right now. So I'll finish the live action and then see where I'm at and see how I'm feeling.
The thing though is the live action is good because it's being faithful to the anime.
Right, that's what I heard.
So
yeah.
if you like the live action, you will like the anime. It's great.
Yep.
There's just a lot more of it, which is great.
Like I've said this in my review, the only thing that I think the live action has done better than the anime is Buggy.
Oh, Buggy. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree with
And
that.
again, Buggy's not bad in the anime. He's a cool character. He gets better as it goes on, but it's so good.
Yeah, Buggy was great.
That's where
Yeah.
that's where I just left off at, was them getting captured by Buggy and going through that whole thing, and oh my god, so good. Also, Ham says, "What up, Wes and Aaron?"
What up?
What up, Ham?
But man, Ham, if
Who's your favorite character?
what?
Who's your favorite character?
Ooh, right now. Okay, so man, this is tough because like I said, I'm only up to episode 4, and I really like. I call him Gum Gum. I know that's not his name, but I like Gum Gum.
Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy's great.
He's
dude.
so good. He's like the way he constantly subtle is like so you guys are in my crew. It'd be great
Yeah.
if you're in my crew. Like, and they're like, not in a crew. Nope, not in a crew.
Yeah.
But dude, they're all so good. Like, he's awesome. The girl's funny. I can't remember her name.
Nami.
Nami, that's right. She's awesome. Man, the fight scene that they had with the Marines in the yard when they were escaping, and then dude helps them. The fucking Rono, what's his name?
Zoro.
Roanoa. That's right. Roanoa, like, joins them and everything. Like, he's like, I just love how he's like looking at the outside. He's like, I could leave and do my thing, and then he's like, fuck, they're cool, and he goes back in and fucking helps them and shit. Like, that whole sequence was great. That was great choreography, great everything. That looked so fucking cool, man. I enjoyed that fight scene a lot.
And all of their backstories are
Yeah.
incredible.
I can't wait.
Like, every bit you learn more about them, and I so far in the live action at the beginning they focus mostly on Luffy's backstory.
Yeah, Luffy. Yep.
Which is great, but like Zoro's backstory and Nami's backstory, and oh my god, it's.
I even
it's
like
really good.
Kobe. Was it Kobe?
I love Kobe.
Yeah, and you don't get a whole lot of it so far,
No.
but like they rescue him, and then he's like, I want to join the Marines. And then he's like, wait a minute, some of these Marines are fucks. So do I want to join the Marines? And then Luffy's like, well, there's good Marines and there's bad Marines, just like there's good pirates and there's bad pirates. Also, I had no fucking idea that this show was about pirates. When Aaron first mentioned, like, hey, I want to watch One Piece with you guys, if you would have been like, this is about pirates, I would have been like, yeah, I'm in. I had no
That's
fucking
so funny.
idea.
I thought I did.
I swear we said pirate, but hey, we could have just been, we just never said the words pirates.
Yeah. Because I never researched it either to like find out what it was about or anything like that. But man, it is fucking good.
Yeah, and it's so fun being on the open seas.
It is.
And that's the cool part, is like they go to these different islands and get in different adventures, and all of them are so different and unique. Like Little Jungle, I think is what it was called.
Little Garden.
Yeah.
And then Drum Island, like all of these later stuff. I mean, this season I believe ends in Arlong Park, which is just incredible. And we should get Nami backstory then before then, in order for it to really be good then.
Okay.
Because I'm only on episode 2 of the live action.
Oh, are you? Okay. Man, it's so good. So good. I wasn't sure. I thought you were further though, Aaron. That's why I mentioned I talked about Buggy
I'm
already.
done.
It's following the anime, so
Okay.
I know what will happen, but it's just cool to see. They did a really good job.
And
Really.
also, you know what really caught me by surprise was Kid Luffy right after he eats the fruit, when he comes out and he really like lays into Shanks and like calls him a pussy basically and everything. And he just completely keeps his cool the whole time. Doesn't get mad at Luffy or anything. You know what I mean? And he was like straight. That kid put on a good performance. Like he was straight laying into that dude.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why didn't you fight back? You're a coward," and all that. I was like, "God damn."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "You don't always have to fight."
Dude, the
And
story is really good.
Yeah, and I can gather so far like Shanks' influence on Luffy now, on how he wants to be a good pirate and everything, and he like controls his anger and he kind of like shakes everything off now, you know? He's like all nonchalant about it. I fucking love that, man.
Yeah. Watching the whole series and where I am in the anime, like they
Mhm.
do, of course, they had to cut some stuff out and change some stuff to make it live action. And for me, nothing they've cut or condensed down has been bad at all. Like it's fine to cut out some of this filler, or in
Uh-huh.
some instances, in like one instance, actually changing some stuff.
Yeah.
But it's this show proves to me something I've said for a long time, that people like anime can have great stories that people could get into if they can get past it being a cartoon,
Yeah.
right?
And honestly,
One
Wes, I think that's my biggest blocker
is it's
on a
cartoon.
lot
Like
of this stuff. It's like even though I watched all of Cowboy Bebop and I did enjoy it, it still was a struggle for me in the beginning to like get into it and like get through it. You know what I mean? Because I think I told you I watched 4 episodes and then I stopped. And then it was like months later and then I finally watched it again. And I don't know. I wish I could understand why I have an aversion to that. You know what I mean? Because we all love cartoons growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like something happened at one point where I was just like, I really don't care to watch cartoons anymore. And you know what I mean? Unless it's like your fucking Disney movies or anything, you know?
unless it's like Disney movies or maybe something like a Rick and Morty.
Yeah, right.
But part of that is it's just the fact, like, especially when I was younger, you were younger probably, we were told at some point, oh, that's a cartoon, those are for kids. And honestly, looking at One Piece as a cartoon, not knowing how like really deep and political that show does get later
Yeah.
on, or, it's like, oh, this is just a crazy dude who can stretch his limbs
Yeah.
and a dude who puts a sword in his mouth. But like this also makes me mad what they did with the Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, yeah, because it could have been so much better.
It's so good.
Because
They're
One
right.
Piece, me never watching the anime and watching the live action, I absolutely love it. I love it so much. And it does make me want to watch the anime now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I don't feel as weird about it being, like, animated. Because, again, like, Arcane, loved. Absolutely loved Arcane. Loved the Cyberpunk series. You know what I mean? Those were fucking amazing. Maybe it's because they're not your... I mean, are they considered anime or just animated?
So Cyberpunk is an anime.
Okay.
Like they even claim it's an anime.
They do? Okay.
Arcane is not an anime. It's an animated show.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, but I guess maybe, I don't know. It's like, as a kid, right? Speed Racer was my anime growing up, right? That wasn't, but I wasn't obsessed and like super into Speed Racer. Like I watched it because it came on the Cartoon Express. You know what I mean? Like Saturday mornings, along with like anything else that's on Cartoon Express, like Heathcliff and like all that shit. All different types of animation styles and everything that they had on there. But I always thought Speed Racer was just kind of weird. And now that I've gotten older, I realize it's that anime style of just. It's hard to explain. It's hard for me to articulate it because I'm not into the anime world.
It's an old. It was a very old anime, and
Yeah.
they definitely used. It was kind of like Wacky Racers, where it used a lot of tricks to kind of like keep costs down on the back end.
Yeah.
Whereas like my anime introduction was waking up at 6 in the morning on Sundays to
Mhm.
catch the one showing of Dragon Ball Z
Oh yeah.
that we had because I had basic TV. I didn't have Toonami or Adult Swim, so yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z up through the Frieza saga twice, and anime is the first kind of cartoons I watched that actually had a continuous story all the way through.
Yeah.
Even like the best cartoons growing up, like the best ones that weren't just for kids, Batman the Animated Series
Mhm.
didn't have a continuous narrative all the way through. It was just days in the life of Batman dealing with his villains or
Yeah.
what have you.
And then when we went to see Killing Joke in the theater, that was my first animated Batman since like the old school, cartoons. And that was enjoyable. I liked Killing Joke. I thought that was really cool.
Killing Joke was great after the first like 30 minutes.
I don't even
What's
remember.
wrong with the first 30 minutes?
Yeah.
It was the stuff that wasn't in the Killing Joke comic was all like the Batgirl stuff.
I vaguely remember that.
I don't remember that.
So yeah, Batgirl is like stopping a drug dealer, and then
Oh, yep, I remember that now. Yep.
and then
Okay.
having Batman bang on a random roof.
The only
Yep.
Yeah, the only reason why I remember it, Wes, is because you and Donnie talked about it when we left the theater
Mhm.
that night.
Because like the Killing Joke is my favorite Batman story. I love just that comic. Reading it,
Mhm.
I have it on the shelf over there. I read through it every once in a while. It's an easy read, but it's so good. And Mark Hamill finally got to play that line of the Joker, so
Yeah.
life's
Yeah.
good.
That's what got me into comic books. My friend got me that for my 19th birthday, I
Oh,
think.
damn.
And before that I was like a skateboarder, music, in bands, played football. Like I wasn't really into
Dude, same.
games.
Same.
Yep.
Like I played some games, but mostly like Tony Hawk and Madden,
Yep.
And maybe some Halo LAN parties.
Maybe. Not even really that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my friend got me the Killing Joke, and I was like, this is wild. And then Watchmen came out, and so I got the Watchmen
Ooh.
comic and read it, and then
Nice.
it was just a little slow trickle into like nerddom, I
Yeah.
suppose you would call it, or like just
But
yeah.
since like you were 1920 up to now, being into nerddom is not a is more socially accepted now.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
was exactly it. Is like before that sort of thing was weird to me, and I didn't know anyone who was that into it. I didn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't around the people that I was around. So yeah, it was odd, and not that we like thought badly on it or anything, but it just
It was
wasn't in my
Yeah.
repertoire wheelhouse.
zone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
weird.
you and me were kind of in that same smaller town, smaller school vibe. People didn't necessarily you're right, they didn't necessarily like really rip on you or hate like give you a lot of shit for liking that stuff, but you were clearly like, "Oh, that's the nerdy kid over there."
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you openly said like, "Oh, I watch anime, I read manga, I read comics, I hell for sometimes I wouldn't tell people I played video games unless it was Mario, Tony Hawk, maybe like Mortal Kombat because it was the
Really?
gory hotness. I mean,
Man.
Yeah,
unless I was hanging out with my core group of friends who were all the
Yeah.
same level of nerdy.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right.
even have that. The kids who played video games and read comic books and played, watched the Pokemon anime and all that stuff, like they had a very specific group and I knew who they were, and I was nice to them, but I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like some of those people are the ones I would end up hanging out with at the public library after school with, and that's when we kind of like actually talk about our real nerdy hobbies.
Hmm. I mean, I got made fun of by one of my bandmates for playing Fable, and I was like, "This game is crazy! Like, you can get married, you can find a woman and get
Yeah.
married." And he's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?"
So
And I was like, "Oh, never mind."
oh my god. So Aaron, you
Never
bring up Fable.
mind.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You were saying,
What?
James? I didn't mean
No,
to
no, no.
interrupt you.
I was repeating what Aaron said.
So one of my buddies in high school, I told him I had Fable. He didn't know anything about the game, but I had it on me. So he said, "Hey, come by my place after school and show me some of this game, right?" Demo it. He also didn't tell me he was inviting a couple other people over. So I'm showing Fable, which granted had a little bit of cartoony graphics and it's this fantasy RPG. And yeah, they're just making fun of me while I'm playing it, even after I decapitate somebody with a axe.
Mhm.
Wow.
Because like, oh, that's cool, and I can definitely tell that they were done. So it's like you get that general vibe. It's like, okay, you know what, guys? Yeah, let's. Oh, I'm gonna head out. I gotta get back home or get back to my mom's office to go home.
Yeah.
But
Dude.
I mean, you remember hanging out with those groups, that general vibe of like, oh, this is not what the group wants.
I have very vivid memories. Because I did play a lot of sports. Like I played baseball, basketball, and football. But I also, like, all my video games that I played were sports video games too.
Mhm.
So it was like Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl, NBA Jam, Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson, like all those old sports games, NFL Blitz, like all that stuff. And I would have like little NBA Jam tournaments, like at my house, with a couple of friends that come over and everything. And it's so weird that, like, even though I was super involved in sports outside, I was also like, my video game style was only sports.
Yeah.
Along with like your Mario and like I played Mario, that first Zelda, the gold Nintendo, the NES cartridge, the gold one.
Yep.
And then like a couple of
never
other
an official
like
hobby though.
Yeah.
It was like a way to pass time.
Yeah.
Like in between 2-a-day football practice in high school, we would play Madden at my house because I lived right
Yeah.
next to the school. And like, sure, I played video games, but I didn't really. It was a long time.
But
you play them as like a time waster.
Right.
But when I was in I think middle school, so middle school, we were really into the sports video games. We would all go to Blockbuster, or I would go to Blockbuster and get the Nintendo Power magazine, try to find the NBA Jam big head codes in there for like Bill Clinton and all kinds of shit. And then trade codes with other people in school, and then go back home and like play and everything. So like sports video games were a pretty big part of my gaming. And then like, right when I hit college, it was just like, I'm done. Get rid of the Nintendo. Get rid of the Super Nintendo. Like, I don't care anymore. So weird.
And then nowadays it's cool to be a nerd. And me and Donnie have talked about this numerous times, and we fucking hate it now because it's like you can go into like a Hot Topic and find gaming shirts, anime shirts, all of that stuff, which is fine, cool to wear. No one gives you shit for it. It's so easy to go and get any game thing you want, any like movie props, memorabilia. You want to be the even though there's still a level where it's still too cringy, like wearing a Naruto headband to school. It's a lot easier for you to do that now. Didn't have that when I was younger. When I was wanting to buy some of this nerdy shit, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to think of
hell,
like
it's popular and cool now to do Pokemon card pack openings and have people watch you do it and they like it. And not to give you shit or call you a nerd, or if they call you a nerd, it's in a loving way.
Yeah.
Like
It's so
What the crap? That would
crazy.
have made my high school experience a little better.
Dude, like my favorite movie was it Wizard? The Fred
The Wizard?
Yeah, is it
The
The
Wizard.
Wizard?
The Wiz?
Wiz. Wait.
No,
I
no,
can
it's
never
Wizard.
remember.
The Wiz is the Michael Jackson take of the
Oh,
Wizard of
right,
Oz.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wizard is the Fred Savage.
Is it
video,
The Wizard
playing
or just Wizard?
Just Wizard.
It is
Wizard.
just Wizard. Okay.
The Wiz
Yeah.
and then Wizard.
Dude, I watched the fucking shit out of that movie so many times and then went out and got a Power Glove.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I loved it,
I mean,
dude. It was great playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out with that thing.
Oh,
Dude,
you're
it was
one of the
so
few
much
people who got it
fun.
to work.
It was so much fun,
I kept-
man.
I've seen so many videos of people like getting one and trying to use it, and it just doesn't read your inputs right,
Yeah.
or
It was
like it
janky
doesn't
for
work with
sure.
the games.
But I had Game Genie, Wes, for Super Nintendo and
cheated.
Nintendo. I had Game Genie. Do you remember the big power pads with the joystick and you could set it on turbo? And like you wouldn't have to button mash so bad if you put it on turbo?
Oh yeah,
I would
sure.
get that and use it on all the track and field games, dude. I literally had all the sports games. Tennis, golf, it didn't fucking matter. It was so crazy. I was so into sports games.
And now almost all sports games suck.
Yeah. My favorite sports game, Super Tecmo Bowl and Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball. Those are my two favorite sports games back in the day.
NFL Blitz.
You know, and the only reason why I loved, NFL Blitz was super fun, but Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball was the first one to have a home run derby. And I had
Oh, shit.
so much fun with the home run derby, dude. That was so great. All the fucking players were just no names except for Ken Griffey Jr. They had
was
no
like-
licensing for anybody else. So all the players just had jerseys with no names on the back.
Oh, so it was like number 4,
Yeah.
number 7, number 32,
Yep.
Ken Griffey Jr.,
Yep.
number 3.
Super funny.
Um,
And then, of course, there's Rygar.
your game of choice.
Rygar can get fucked. Absolutely. But I did revisit it a few months ago on the online store. The Nintendo
really?
Online. It's on there, yeah.
And
It still sucks.
Is it
I hate it. I fucking hate it. It's your Superman game. Superman, what is it? Superman
64.
64, that's right.
The worst game ever made.
Do you have
And again,
one
I
of those,
can't-
Aaron? I can't remember. Do you
What?
have like a worst game ever that you've played?
Did they make a game out of Chappie?
No, that's worst movie ever. We're not talking. Actually, wait, did they? Wait.
If they made a Chappie game, then that is
I
it.
love
If
whenever
they
we
made a Chappie game, I want you to play it.
I love whenever we're in a Discord and somebody mentions like I love Chappie and then I can just feel Aaron's eye twitching.
It was one of the most unpleasant movie experiences that I've ever had. It stuck
Is
with me.
Is it because of the horrible band that was in it?
Dude, there's like 900 reasons why.
Yeah. He's named
I'm
quite a
just
few.
thinking, that is the worst movie you've ever
I mean,
seen.
but he also walked out on the Meg
Mm-hmm.
from the theaters. That was another one. But now there's 3 of them. There's 3 Megs.
There was a packed theater I walked out of.
Jason Statham punching a megalodon in the nose.
At a certain point, you're just like,
Get fucked.
I can do something better with my time.
There is no Chappie game.
Good.
The director of Chappie is making a game, but there is no Chappie game.
Isn't that Neil Blomkamp?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who has one good movie? I like District 9.
Oh yeah, he
I
did do District 9,
rewatched
yeah.
District 9, and I can see why people like it. His style is just, it doesn't work for me,
Mm.
personally.
Well, I haven't. I've only seen one of the 3 of his big films because I haven't seen Chappie or Elysium.
Elysium is fine. Yeah, it's whatever. It kind of got mixed up with that Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah. Edge
Live,
of
Die,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
Which is, I love that movie. That movie's great.
I
Edge of
really
Tomorrow
enjoyed that.
is sci-fi action Groundhog's Day,
Mhm.
Saving
whereas Elysium is like classist system.
Isn't that one of the Save Matt Damon movies too?
Matt Damon saves everyone, not save
Oh,
Matt
Matt Damon saves everyone. Okay.
because he brings the rich people down to the poor
Mm,
earth
that's right.
people.
How do you know so much about it? You just said you haven't seen it.
Because I've seen enough trailers and people talking about it.
So you've
And
seen it, basically.
I don't know the details, but I've seen it, and it was a fucking screener at Best Buy for like a year.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
I do remember
was-
that.
Because like Sony had it on their
Oh,
TV
fuck,
for a
dude,
while,
I
and then
so remember
Samsung
that.
had it because apparently the 4K on it for Blu-ray was great.
Mm. Fuck Sam.
Dude, I can't say that. My Samsung TV works great. My Samsung phone works great.
You could say it. You're just
But it would be a
you don't use. Here's why I think these products work for you, Wes. I feel like you don't get into it enough. Like, there's probably so much untapped ability in your phone that you haven't tried to fuck with, which is why it still works perfectly like it should. Am I right or am I wrong?
He doesn't know. He's never used it. Never tapped into it.
I've never needed to
You're
go
just
that
here
deep
to
in.
give everybody green text messages.
Yeah, that's the only reason you guys want me to switch to iPhone so they don't have to see green text anymore. Actually, it's really funny whenever you guys do whenever you like a photo or like a picture.
Yeah.
Because all I see, because I sent it back to you, because I copied and sent it, was the Aaron liked.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't say
liked.
what.
It says liked. I'm good for a cast.
The thing about Android is whenever people are like, well, I don't want to be locked down by iPhone. I don't like how Apple limits what you can customize. And then I see the customization that they do to it. It looks like dog shit. Why do you want that? Why do you want to customize it to look like dog shit?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
My
Congratulations, you can customize it. You did real good. It's like when Vivian brings home a painting. You did really good.
Oh,
You'll get better. You'll get
See,
better.
yes, one of my biggest reasons is I don't want to get into the Apple ecosystem.
But why? Why?
I don't want a Mac. I don't want a MacBook.
Oh, you mean the hardware?
The whole
Yeah.
The whole ecosystem.
You don't have a Samsung ecosystem.
I have more Samsung than Apple.
What do you have? A phone and a TV?
2 phones and a TV.
That's nothing.
There is no Apple TV. It's just a box. It doesn't matter, and it's built into your Samsung anyways. So you do have an Apple TV, basically. And you would just be replacing a phone. So what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. I just I
one's
don't know.
forcing you to get a
You're just
MacBook.
being a hipster. You're being a hipster, Wes. Be a sheeple and don't be a hipster.
I get that you can do different things and you can there's more level for deep customization. It's just it always comes out looking like ass. I would rather you limit my options so that it is clean.
Not gonna lie, this is another small reason, but up until this most current phone, I didn't want to have to deal with another different charging cable.
Honestly, valid.
Yeah.
See, now that is now off that list.
I'm so stoked.
Tomorrow, baby.
USB-C iPhone.
Yep.
Which feels so lame. It feels like PlayStation when PlayStation 5 when they're like, we have an SSD now, and PC players are like, what?
What?
We've had SSDs for 10 years.
I do get to say though, as an Android user, You guys are just getting features we've had forever.
Oh, absolutely. But they're good. They're better.
Yeah.
How is your USB any better than mine?
That I'm not disputing. That I'm not
That's
disputing.
also like a
Not
physical
having
feature.
it's stupid. Apple people think it's stupid. Everyone thinks it's stupid. We can agree on that.
That was
Yeah.
that was
that
I
is
will
stupid.
say that was one thing that would bring everyone together, and even the Apple rep at Best Buy could not defend Lightning over USB-C. It's like, okay, why Lightning? And he would he
Nope.
wouldn't just flat out say because money, but
Money.
because
Yeah.
money.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Honestly,
That's stupid.
thank you, Europe. Thank you, the EU, for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The Europeans did something right for once.
Go did.
I found out on Great British Bake Off
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that British people don't know anything about Mexico.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they had to make tres leches
Tres
cake,
leches, yeah.
and they were like, make it like Mexico themed,
Mm-hmm.
and none of the like two themes were close, kind of tangentially related to Mexico, and the other ones were like, that has nothing to do with Mexico.
Oh, they had to make I think they're like there's one of their challenges they had to make like tacos with tortillas from scratch.
Yeah,
And like no one put like any seasoning or spice in the tacos.
yeah, yeah. They
They
had no. They were like, what is this? What's a
Uh
taco?
if you go back a few seasons from that episode, they also don't know Japanese food.
Oh yeah, we saw the
Oh,
Japanese
okay.
one. Yeah,
New season of that comes out in like a week.
nice. We just
Great.
got to the Halloween episode. We're gonna watch that later.
Nice.
Nice. One of my favorite stories from that show is a season like a few seasons ago, there was one of the contestants like something broke or she was just starting to cry, but they didn't want to show it on camera, so the two hosts stood next to her and just started swearing a bunch so they couldn't use the footage.
That's funny.
Oh,
The hosts are so good. Matt and fucking
Oh.
what's his name? Noel.
Noel. Oh, this is before that. It was when it was the two women.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I forget what their names are. The like short black hair glasses and longer like brunette hair. Earlier seasons. I just love that show because there's no like U.S. reality show like drama or stuff built in. It's just
the most they get to is when they hang before they announce who's the winner and the loser.
Yeah.
Like that's the closest you get to an Americanized drama.
there was one episode where they tried doing that drama because one person like opened the freezer and it didn't close all the way, or she moved his cake and they were doing like baked Alaskas, so the ice cream melted and he just kind
Oh,
of flipped
damn.
out. But the way they were filming it was like she was genuinely sorry about it, but they were filming it like, oh, maybe she did it on purpose. Only time I saw like a US style bullshit on there.
Damn.
There's
Which
one
also-
guy on this season who has a thick Scottish accent and a lisp, and I literally have never understood a word that he said.
Oh,
He
shit,
got
really?
voted off. He lost. But I never understood a single word when he was talking it when they interviewed him. No idea. I don't know what he said.
Can I turn on subtitles? Subtitles? Subtitles say I don't
So it's
fucking know.
kind of like me in a POC meeting. I get so many messages on the side that are like, "What the fuck did he just say?" Dude, it drives me crazy. Oh my god, I love it so much.
So how is Cyberpunk 2.0?
Good. Actually, I'm enjoying Cyberpunk quite a bit.
Okay, so not buying fanciful.
How's it playing?
Yeah, base game. How is it
Great.
playing? What are big noticeable changes in gameplay? Anything good?
I don't know. I don't know exactly everything that they changed,
Mm-hmm.
but it just feels better. Driving feels better. Shooting feels way better to me. Like I always had a problem with Cyberpunk's shooting for some, it just never felt good to me. and there's so much of it. And now in this, you know, the amount that I've played, every fighting interaction felt really good. I haven't meleeed yet, so I don't know what they changed there. Just been using guns, but they overhauled like every system. So the skill tree, the um the cyber deck, like how you modify your body is
Oh, right, right,
different.
right.
How you like put actually that it's not so much different, but it's just a little more intuitive how you like attach things to weapons and mod weapons. Yeah, it's just feels more like it feels done now,
Okay.
which is interesting. I'm
Hmm.
having a great time with it so far. I just got through the whole Osaka Tower thing. Jackie
The
bit
prologue, basically.
I beat the prologue, and now I stopped when I was in the flashback where you play as Johnny for the first time.
Got to say, keep us up to date on that because I really want to know if it is now worth it.
It's free, so if you have Cyberpunk, it's what Cyberpunk should have been. It's it feels good. They also added this thing called like a skill. So there's the skill tree, but then there's like active skills. So it does the Skyrim thing where the more headshots you get, the more you level up Headhunter. And then you get these passive upgrades up to like 50. So like there's like certain increments. And so the more I cyber hack, the more I hack things or use my, overheat or synapse burn or whatever in battle, every time I do that, it counts as one. And it's like Starfield where like do this 30 times and then you get the next level of it. But there's like 10 levels of it, of like these five. So there's the skill tree, and the skill tree is so much better now. It's done by level. So it's not just the whole web that you can get that you like branch out from like the center, I don't know if you remember how
I do.
Cyberpunk
Yep.
worked, but it was kind of like
I
hard to
hated it.
understand what you were getting.
It's so
And now
bad.
it starts from the bottom and goes up, and each level is unlocked based on how many points you have in that tree. So you know how there's like technical ability, cool,
Yeah.
body. So you have to get to level 4 in that before you get the first row of like basic skills. And then once you get up to 9, you get the second row. And so it's way clearer what I can and can't choose, and the skills are totally revamped too. So I
Hmm.
feel like I want more of them. It's like that problem of like when I level up, I'm like, damn, I wish I had 10 levels because I want this and this and this from these different trees. So, yeah. Yeah.
And then, so you're more inclined to want to do the little, I don't even want to call them side quests, but like when the cop or whoever calls you to be like, hey, there's a crime going on down here. Go take care of it. That,
Definitely.
which that I'm not gonna lie, when I played it at launch, that took me out of the game because I felt like that happened all the time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was and like she would intrude on you. It wasn't
Yep.
like seamless, or it wasn't a natural like, hey, she's giving me a call. Oh, okay, let me answer it.
No, see, in like 1.0 vanilla, like the
Yeah.
day of release, she would like call while you were doing it. Like I'm halfway through it and she's like, "Hey V, I've got this task for you." And you're like, "Bro, I'm in the middle of it right now. Like leave me alone." And it was really they fixed that pretty early on, but so they also fixed police. Police now act way more like GTA police
Oh,
and will
really?
follow you and chase you. You get a star system. So that and the AI is a lot better. Um, and you can now shoot and use cyber whatever from your car. So you can do like drive by hacks,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
very cool, and they got a whole driving skill attached to that.
Damn.
And yeah, so so far I was very because I've tried Cyberpunk probably 4 times since it's released with mods, see if the mods fixed it. And each time I've left kind of going, it's just still not
It's not
great.
there.
It's still not there. And this time I just deleted all my mods, deleted the Vortex folder, reinstalled it, and just went 2.0 vanilla, started a new character, and I am having the best time I've had with Cyberpunk since, before it came out, because it's better than the first time I played it.
Damn.
I like it a lot.
I am intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. And now that when Phantom Liberty comes out next week, they're done. They are lifting all hands from Cyberpunk and putting them all on Witcher 4. So this is the best Cyberpunk is going to be until people put 2.0 mods out,
Yeah, this is the best it's going to be from CDPR.
Yep.
Like, we're not fixing it unless there's like a major game breaking bug. Go.
Pretty good though.
They're also isn't it it's a fairly friendly game for modders, right?
Yeah, they actually did probably the closest thing that anyone's done besides Bethesda with like a mod. Red mods is like an official toolkit.
Oh, so it is like Bethesda's Creation Club.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So should be pretty robust, especially now that the vanilla systems are good. You don't need mods to have a star cop system and better AI and better driving. Immediately, I stopped and parked my car to see if a car would swerve around me, and it totally did.
Damn.
Went around, all the cars went around. So, like, all that dumb AI stuff is pretty much gone.
I have to ask, does Night City feel more like a living city now, or does it still kind of like launch where remember they were promising like this would be a living, almost organic city, and like it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed too much of that because I was kind of going through the main story to get through the prologue. So, you go to your apartment and it's pretty much the same. There's people walking around and police hanging out outside of a door, and you sleep, and then you go out, talk to Jackie down and he's eating ramen, and I think the textures maybe look a little better, but also, I'm playing on PC now and I don't quite I don't know what mods maybe I had that gave better textures before, but if everything felt good, and I think most noticeably just the shooting feels better, the driving feels better, the shooting while driving feels cool because that's new, and like just the skill tree being more understandable, and there's nothing narratively that they've changed other than the DLC that's coming out, but so that you're not getting the backstory. It still does like the montage after you meet Jackie to the Arasaka job. So there's
Yeah.
still that kind of disconnect, which I really fucking hate. I wish someone would just mod in a 5-6 hour prologue of like missions that you do with Jackie to like fill in those gaps, so it's not just a montage, to really make you feel like this is the background that I picked. I'm a nomad and and it matters. Instead of just being in an hour just funneled into the same, that's a heavy ask though to mod that in. But
Yeah,
they should have fucking done that though. That's CD's job to do that, and they just montaged it out, and that's really fucking, it still pisses me off. Also, clipping still really pisses me off. I noticed in the vanilla game when Jackie's driving your car, you can look over and his little bun pops through the top of
Oh God.
the car, and it always pissed me off, and I'm like, God, that's so stupid. And you know what? I don't even have to look at it. It's only when I turn my camera and I look at it. It just bugs me. And it's still there. It's still, nobody cares about that but me, because I just hate that stupid clip thing. And then when you go to the maelstroms and you put the gun up to the guy's chin to like get, take the money from the the lady from the FBI or whatever, you know,
Mhm.
how you get the chip or whatever.
Yeah.
The gun just kind of like clips through his chin, and it's just like, come on, I hate stuff like that.
Okay. So it's not. So there's still some like I wouldn't say above nitpicks, but like not major things
They're
wrong with it.
I'm okay with calling them nitpicks because they're not.
I 100% agree with the prologue thing. Like it also doesn't help that they showed that like montage as a trailer for the
I
game.
know. Ugh,
But like, yeah, what
and-
you're right. Even like a 3-hour prologue of like doing like a pickup mission, a drive mission, and maybe a intimidation mission, and then you guys go to the bar together. You guys
Mhm.
you order a drink, maybe even go to the dance floor and hit a button to dance for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. It's just unfortunate because you're
But that
supposed to care so much about his death at the end of the
Yeah.
prologue, and like literally, there's just not that much time, and so it just whatever.
yeah, even another like 2 hours with Jackie would make that a little bit more impactful because they're
Yeah,
trying to make you think like, oh, you and Jackie have been buddies forever. When I get that in other games, it's like, okay, I feel like I've been your friend for a while.
yeah.
Um, I don't know why I'm thinking of it. Like Red Dead comes to mind with Red Dead 2 with the Dutch's gang. Like
Hmm.
even you feel that immediately. That like, okay, we are a gang, we are together.
Yep.
This is us.
Yeah.
But then yeah, Jackie is like, hey, let's go do this. And then 2 minute, 3 minute video montage, and then okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
go rob this tower now.
Yeah.
Which at this point I've started Cyberpunk over so many times, like this is my fifth time now. I just skip through it. Like skip.
Yeah.
You know, I've gone to fucking Vic and got my stuff, you know, so many fucking times. I just skipped through it. But now, you know, I've gotten past the prologue for the first time in since I've played it, I think, since I first played it vanilla on PS4 Pro, and I'm feeling it. I think I might be playing that now for a little bit.
That
Damn.
and that and Lies of P, right?
That
Those are
and
your two.
Liza P, yeah.
So you're pretty much done with
Liza P's
Starfield
great.
then for a little bit, huh?
Well, I got to New Game Plus, and I'm eager to try it out because it's very interesting. You know, I was talking to Wes a little bit about it, and like it is cool, kind of how they do it. It's kind of a New Game Plus with an asterisk, we said, because it's not just starting over.
Yeah.
And so I am interested to go back and play it. I just, you know, I put 75 hours into it now since it's come out in 3 weeks, and it's just, you know, I played a lot of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I might. I'm just kind of doing whatever Aaron wants to do. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to force myself to play stuff. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
dude.
like, I want to play this. Okay, I'm gonna play. Even if it's an old game, you know, I re-downloaded Resident Evil 4 because
Nice.
the down, you know, the new mercenary stuff and the
Just
side
parting ways,
stories.
separate ways.
Separate ways. You know, I think I'm gonna get Dredge on the Switch just for like an in the bed game.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, just to kind of hang out with. So like, yeah, I'm just trying not to put too much pressure on myself game wise.
Also coming to the Switch soon, Dave the Diver. If you haven't played it,
Yeah, I thought it was already out. It's comes out in October.
Yeah. Did you
Ugh.
did you see how bad the fucking Switch version of Mortal Kombat is right now?
I heard about that,
Dude,
but I
it's
didn't know
so
how bad
bad.
it was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was on the Switch. I need to go to the restroom. You
Okay.
guys chat. I'll be right back.
Did you see that,
so it's
Wes, at all? Did you see
oh
IGN gave it a 3? And
it
then they
had
did the visual comparison of what it looks like on any other platform versus the Switch. Oh my fucking god.
oh
It
yeah, no,
is god awful.
it is bad. It is objectively bad.
Ugh.
It is hot
It looks like
garbage.
Metal Gear Solid 1.
You're not wrong there. Holy
Dude,
crap.
block faces, like just garbo.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have a news story about this, and I'll wait for Aaron to get back so we can talk about. I'll talk about this one first,
Yeah.
but the official Nintendo Switch of America channel, their launch trailer for the game that came out did not use footage from the Switch version of the game.
Oh my god, bro.
If you find that one, go to 1 minute about 50 seconds, and you'll see a Steam achievement pop up.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I know. So
That
it's
is
like
so insane.
whoever decided to make that trailer, either Nintendo or NetherRealms, decide they fucked up because like they left the fucking Steam achievement in.
Yeah.
But like, and what's worse is the Switch version still costs $70.
Damn. Oh yeah. I did see that they're like, these graphics warrant a $20 game.
Yeah,
It's fucking terrible. It's so terrible. Unbelievable.
so Aaron, it looks like legitimately, it looks like a PS2 game on the Switch.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
IGN gave it a 3 and then did a comparison of what it looks like on. They did a Johnny Cage side by side shot of what he looks like on any other platform versus Switch, and it's like looking at Metal Gear Solid 1. Johnny Cage.
mean, yeah. Why don't put it on the Switch?
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, it's
You
gonna be
know
the
that
Switch
your
game.
hardware sucks and it can't handle that kind of a game.
That's crazy.
about that is Johnny Cage is nowhere near the worst one I've seen. If you look up Switch comparisons of Sindel,
Oh
it's bad
shit.
because she's the one with the really really long hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. But I was telling James,
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
look good.
the official Nintendo of America YouTube channel posted a launch trailer for it. And if you go to 1 minute about 50 seconds, you'll see a Steam achievement pop up in their
Yeah,
trailer.
dude.
So they were using the Steam version of this, like,
Oh
and
man.
and and they have the audacity to still charge 70 on the Switch for it.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was the most I can't think of the word right now, but I was reading all the comments on Reddit about it, and people are fucking furious about that. They were like, "This is a $20 game."
It is the second Switch game to cost $70. The first one is Tears of the Kingdom.
Mhm.
Which that
Pokemon.
that at least warrants that price tag.
Pokemon didn't even have the audacity to charge 70.
Yeah.
That's true.
But NetherRealm Studios and I'm gonna say WB Games at that point. NetherRealm is those guys have been good for a while.
WB sucks dick. Just like all those
Um,
AAA fucks. Except for Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog can do no wrong. Neil is a saint.
They can do trophies wrong.
That's true.
Their trophy lists are ass.
That's true. I remember what was it, Last of Us 1? You couldn't get all the trophies because you had to play multiplayer. And then they shit-canned multiplayer.
So dumb.
well, it has the problem with that is it has missable achievements in a single player like narrative game. So how like oh fuck, I missed 3 collectibles here and there's no chapter select. God damn
They're
it.
just
All right.
awful
Dude.
at like coming up with what should our trophies be? Like, dude, what?
I'm just gonna fucking I'm gonna do the Jack Don't Care, and I'm just gonna fucking play all indie games from now on. Seriously, I'm gonna go fucking lurk on his wish list and see what kind of games he's got loaded up there. Just gonna go the indie route. Tired of being disappointed.
Did I tell you guys about the little indie game I played, the scary game I played a couple weeks ago called Iron Lung? Did I talk about that?
You mentioned it, but you didn't really go into detail about it.
It was really good.
I don't know if you mentioned it on stream because I don't remember you talking about it.
I think it was just in a chat with me and Nubs. I don't think you were there, Wes.
It was really good. It turns out like Markiplier has played it before, but we watch a lot of YouTube in our house. Like we pretty much don't watch TV unless it's Succession or like something, I watch anime or whatever, but we watch a lot of YouTube, and one video essay was about this indie horror game called Iron Lung, and it kind of piqued my interest, so I was like, turn it off because I'm going to buy it. And it was so cool and weird. And so basically, it's set in like the distant future, like the year 2526, and
Okay.
this rapture has happened. And you just get this from like green text at the beginning of the game. It's like a black screen, and this green typewriter text is like the years, blah 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 blah. And this like thing has happened where like most of humanity just disappeared, and all planets disappeared. There's just like 8 moons that are still around, but they're filled with blood lakes.
Oh
And
damn.
nobody knows why there's blood on these moons, and they're like huge like blood oceans. And so this like collective of people who escaped and didn't get raptured are trying to figure out what is going on. And so they send you in this old rickety iron lung. They call it the iron lung. It's this old rickety submarine. And so
Oh,
they
jeez.
you know, it fades in from black, and it's like a pretty like Nintendo 64, like 64-bit graphics, or no, it's more like PlayStation 64. And you know, it's like creaking, and like the audio design is so cool because like you're going down, and like you got a little window, and you see like little bubbles go up and stuff, and like, and it's just like, you know, it's creaking and making all these deep sounds and stuff.
Jeez.
And you go down, and then it's like someone comes over the radio. It's like, okay, you're almost at depth, but you know it's going down so far that we can't have any glass because it's not strong enough. So we have to put up the barrier. So they puts up the barrier. So there's you can't see out of the anything, but there's a camera on the front of the sub, and you can go to the back and push this button, and then on the screen shows what you took a picture of. And so you get a map, and you have to go to these 10 points that have coordinates, and face your sub a certain degree, and then snap a picture. That's your goal. And basically what you have is like you're at a depth, so you don't have to worry about depth. You just have to go forward, backward, and then turn, and then go forward and backward, right? So you get the map, you get the coordinate, and then you have a little reader, and then you push the forward arrow to get to the X, and then you get to the Y, and then you turn to the angle, and then you go to the back, and you pop a picture, and then a couple seconds go by, and then poof, it shows the image. And you find this letter in the back, and it's like, just so you know, they know that you're gonna die. If they send you in the iron lung, they know that you're fucked. You're basically like a prisoner. And they're like, they send the lowly prisoners to go to die, basically this horrific thing, and to try to like get data or whatever. So you kind of know something's fucked, something's wrong. But yeah, you go to these things, you take a picture of the first one, and it's like it's like a black and white Polaroid that like shows on the screen, and it's like these big white like whale bones. They're like curved bones, and it looks all creepy, you know? It's like, it just looks really eerie. And you go to the next one, and you hear these like sound like ooh, like whale sounds, like ooh, you know, and like creaks in the ship. It starts leaking a little bit, you know, and then you take a picture of the next one, and it's like these like little things. It's just this little creepy images, you know. But there's a sensor on the ship that tells you if you're getting close to the walls. So you have to kind of navigate without seeing to these things based on the map and your coordinates. And if you get close to a wall, it kind of gives you an indicator with a little dot, like beep, 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 and it beep, 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 if you get farther away, you know? So you're driving around, taking pictures. It's eerie, you know? And then at this one part, I'm like looking at the map. I got this wide berth that I'm taking my sub through. And I go through, and then it just goes like beep, 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 and goes away. And so something like swam in front of my ship. And I was like, oh shit. And then this like roar, this like evil sound came. Yeah. And So I go to this other spot that's like in this tiny little area, and I'm like squeezing my way through, and it's like making this like vibrating thing, and it like vibrates the whole ship. And like I take a picture of it, and it's just this light. It's just this bright light, and it's called the anomaly.
Hmm.
And don't know what that is, so you just like turn around and you go back, and then you get like eventually I get to another part where like I'm at another I know where I'm going. You know, I get to the Y and I'm just going along the X, like just go straight. And then I get like beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, okay, check my map. I check my coordinates. I'm like, there's nothing. And so I just go forward, crash, start over.
Oh
So
shit.
I start at the checkpoint and the same fucking thing happens. And I'm like, I've got to be reading this wrong. Because I'm looking at the map, the coordinates, like nothing's in front of me. And so I'm like, I got to see what's in front of me. So I go back, press the little button, and then picture comes up and it's just this big eye of this monster that's like
Oh,
looking at me
shit.
like this. And I was it's literally like there's no jump music or anything, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you know, because
Damn.
it takes just long enough for the picture to load
Yeah.
for you to have a little bit of anticipation, and then
Yeah.
like you know, and then the beeping goes away. And yeah, man, it's crazy. And then eventually the farther you go, like your ship starts to leak, and like blood starts to fill up, and you're like treading through blood to like go and like turn the ship and then take pictures, and then a fire explodes, and you've found out that there's like a fire extinguisher on the wall that I didn't know I could pick up, and I picked it up, and I'm like you know, putting out the fire.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy, and it's got a cool, like, creepy little ending too. It was just so much fun.
Damn. That sounds
I
cool.
loved it a lot.
Have
You
beat
completed
it
the
yet?
whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
Nice.
like it's like an
Couple
hour.
hour. Okay.
It's like a $5 game.
Yeah, gotcha. Sounds cool though.
Yeah.
You want to transition to some news, Wes?
Oh, sure, I got some stuff to talk about.
Do it.
All right. So, first story I found, I thought there was going to be more to this. So, I saved the article. I got my notepad ready and I was going to take some notes on it. But all it ended up being was Ubisoft announces The Division 3.
I don't
I
care.
thought I thought there was going to be there's not even like a release date or even an attempt of a release date. They're just literally it's basically them saying we're making it.
Don't
That's it.
care.
I
Interesting.
thought there would be more behind it.
When is their Ubisoft Forward? When's the next one? Do you know?
Let me take a look.
I feel like it's coming up to stuff for next year in the end.
The last one happened in June.
Oh, so don't they do like a big end of the year convention style one though?
I don't think so.
No, nothing's coming up online. Anyway.
I thought it was like because the last couple years they weren't at E3. Whenever E3 showed, and they were like, "We're just gonna show everything in our big end of the year thing." That's called something else. It's not called Ubisoft Forward.
I know they had one specifically for Skull
The
and Bones.
They had the Assassin's Creed event
Yeah.
a while back.
When was
but
that?
I don't think those are like scheduled. I don't remember. February?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
But yeah, the only reason I kept this news story is just because, like I said, I laughed because it was Division 3. Maybe they're going to tell us something cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Division
Like
3.
get fucked.
It's announced.
Interesting.
Uh,
I like Division. And now that I'm fucking done with Destiny, I could, maybe another little multiplayer shooter,
yeah, I mean,
looter shooter.
shooter. Speaking of shooters, there was a settlement between Epic Games and the FTC for Fortnite.
Oh, really?
Because they settled for $245 million for using dark patterns and other deceptive practices to trick players and children into making unwanted purchases. So you have the ability to make claims to get refunds from Epic if you have purchased items you didn't want between January 2017 and September 2022, or if your child has charged your credit card without your knowledge between January 17th and November 2018.
Hmm.
In the USA Today article I have in our Discord, there is also the link to file a claim for it too.
Did they have to make any changes so that this doesn't continue to happen, or are they just kind of paying retributions?
I believe they already had to make the changes.
Okay,
This is just the final settlement for it.
cool. Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
let's see, how much can you get refunded? It is also depending. Then like there's no set amount of how much you'll get refunded. You might get refunded everything that you're claiming. You may get refunded less based on the amount of people filing claims.
Yeah.
But I do know that a lot of people had problems with their practices on this. It was bad.
Pretty shady. Yeah, I remember
Um,
hearing about that.
got some cool news for Sea of Thieves fans.
Oh yeah.
Don't care.
No, towards the middle of season 10, which starts in October, in December, they are bringing private servers.
Yep.
So
Hell yeah.
it's up to 4 people can play, have no one else playing.
Victory for the PvEers.
Which PvE is going to be the reason they're claiming they're doing it to help bring in new people, so they're not immediately thrown into some bullshit.
Victory.
Um,
Victory.
to help
Yeah,
you can use
I'll play now. I will play.
Yes.
you can use it to complete quest, and you can still do tall tales.
Yep.
There is some stuff that you cannot achieve in private servers. Specifically, you can't become a Sea of Thieves captain, and you
Okay.
cannot get the pirate legend status, and you don't get any of the Athena's Fortune or Reaper's Bones faction reputation.
Well, yeah, Reapers is PvP anyway.
Yeah. And you get there's a 30% reduction in gold and reputation rewards because you're
Damn.
playing. There's no risk
Big
anymore.
penalty. Yeah.
30%?
Yes.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
I
play.
guess if nobody's there to bother you, you can just fucking make a shit ton of
Farm,
money all server
chill.
anyway. You don't have to like waste time running away from people, and like you can plan more
Just, what
direct
does it
routes
matter?
everywhere, and it makes sense.
I think so you can't just immediately. I actually that doesn't work because like you don't
Who
unlock
cares?
anything that does extra damage. Everything you unlock is just cosmetic.
Yeah,
Okay.
all cosmetics.
But it's the biggest thing they've announced for season 10 so far. Unlike extra cosmetics, extra
There's
adventures,
another one that's
bugs.
kind of big. Come on, Wes. Find it.
There's
And it's something that people have wanted for many, 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 many years.
One Piece crossover.
No. Guilds. They have announced guilds.
Season 10. Let's see. Competitive questing.
Just competitive
Uh,
questing.
The second major season 10 update will be intended to bring players together, though in a slightly less collaborative manner. A new type of world event arrives in November. Strange ghostly notes start appearing pinned to mast with directions for locating and retrieving valuable artifacts. The catch: it's a unique voyage offered to all players on the server simultaneously.
Okay.
But there's a chest and a key to claim the skull. You have to. There's only one, so everyone in the server gets this ping, but only one person can get it.
Servo posted. Yeah, so Servo posted in our Derailed channel in their Den channel in PTS YouTube video Sea of Thieves season 10 preview, and it highlights guilds.
Up to 24. Oh, there it is. Up to 24 players can join a guild, sail under a common name, banner, and motto. Guilds will run asynchronously, so even if a player is online, they can still help each other out. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't see the guild stuff because I think I got more distracted by the private servers.
Yeah.
Although I'm hoping then with the introduction of guilds, they will make private servers bigger, so multiple guilds, so guilds can all have like, instead of one ship, you have 4 ships out there and get into some like role play sessions that way.
Mm-hmm.
Why limit the number of people in a private server?
That I don't know.
You
Well, 'cause
said
like
4, Wes?
from what the
So like one
art-
galleon?
1 galleon.
How many fucking servers are they gonna have? That doesn't make sense.
Let me pull this back up.
Well, they can have as many servers as they want.
Yeah, but that's fucking stupid. You get a server, and you get a server, and you get a server.
I don't think they're worried about the number of servers.
Let's see.
That just seems like a lot to me. Out of all the Sea of Thieves players that are gonna do that shit.
Able to group with 3 other pirates. Yeah. And yeah, everything you do on a private server can be transferred over. It's just, yeah, you don't get the full
Why only 4 people? That's
Yeah.
really dumb.
1 galleon. So, like I said, part of what they're doing is to learn the mechanics, so you can actually like learn what all the parts are on the ship, like except for how to repair, because I don't see how you're going to take. I guess skeleton ships. So yeah, how
Yeah,
to
but what
repair
if I have
and
other friends who want to get their own ship and then, I want to sail around and maybe run into my friends? That would be fun. And know that, you're not going to get trolled. That would be fun, but only 4, like you're really just by yourself.
Yeah. Which, when you're sailing with a group anyway, you're hoping to be the only people. You're constantly like, and I hope we don't run into anybody else. So,
see,
I kind of get it, but it also seems boring.
Yeah, I just don't get that game.
maybe they
It's not for
will.
me.
Maybe in the future they'll realize, oh, people want maybe 4 galleons, so 16-person private server, right?
Just make it the
And
same amount as a regular server. I can invite as many people as a regular server into my private. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't
Microsoft,
understand.
it's a
Dumb.
start.
It's like if PlayStation, or not PlayStation, but like GTA, like private servers for 2 people. You and
Yeah.
a buddy get a GTA server to do your businesses. What the fuck?
I mean, at least
Why?
they're doing it. They're actually listening to the fans a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's baby steps to get somewhere bigger later.
That game's just not for me. But I'm glad that it's there for people who like it.
Tokyo Game Show
You
is
know what
going
it
on right
is?
now.
You know what it would be good for, though? Is when you want to, like, just do a fishing set. And you just want to sail around and catch a bunch of fish for the accommodations.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Rento does that all the time. Just goes out on fishing streams, for hours and hours. So, I know you acquire gold at a reduced rate and XP, but what about, like, accommodations? Can you still work towards accommodations?
Yeah. The only thing it said you couldn't do was the Sea of Thieves captain, Pirate Legend status, Athena's fortune, and Reaper Bones faction stuff.
So you have to go out on a Bobo ship, and you can't get. Can you still get rep towards Athena's fortune without
That
doing
I'm
the
not-
quests? Because there's Athena's specific quests.
Based on how they have this worded, I think that's exclusive still to the PvP.
Damn.
So you won't be able to increase Athena's stuff or Reaper Bones.
Reaper makes sense because that's only PvP. Interesting.
So yeah, Tokyo Game Show's going on right now. Not a lot has actually been announced. That I've seen that's been really big. Suda51's new game is coming out for the Xbox. If you guys have played any of those, you probably have, Aaron. Stuff like was it Shadows of the Damned, Killer 7. Oh, what else has he done? No More Heroes, Let It Die, Killer is Dead.
Never heard of any of those.
Okay, No More Heroes,
Me
Blood
either.
Plus Contact. He also did Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh, I didn't like that game.
Yeah, all of his games are very eclectic. Shadows of the Dam was pretty fun. The No More Heroes games were pretty fun. That's the one with Travis Touchdown on like the Switch and stuff where you get the lightsaber. It's just unique over the top stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, honestly, Tokyo Game Show didn't announce too much except the studio that does like Sega and the other studio that does the Yakuza series did like a full 10+ minute story trailer and then like a 6-minute gameplay trailer for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the new
Hmm.
kind of turn-based one. Story looks cool. I'm excited for that one that comes out early next year. And then the next mainline Yakuza game they showed off a little bit.
Cool.
I love the Yakuza games, so I'm happy about that. I'm glad I was able to get into them more because they were always locked on the PlayStation, and even then they were harder to find in the smaller town.
Dude, I will say they remastered 1 and 2, Kiwami 1 and 2.
Hmm.
In going from that to the untouched Yakuza 3 is awful.
Is rough.
Yakuza 3 old school sucks. They need to remake 3 and 4 probably.
And yeah, probably.
5's
But yeah,
pretty recent.
5 and 6 are pretty recent, and then yeah, Like a Dragon had a next gen upgrade for it. Judgment was just a port, which went good. Or yeah, Judgment was a port, or not a port, import from Japan that we finally got.
Yeah, Judgment and Lost Judgment enjoyed quite a bit.
They were the ones that were slightly more serious Yakuza games.
Mhm.
Like it still had some of the Yakuza charm and going to karaoke bars and stuff, but the story even took itself more seriously
Yeah,
because it was
they're good.
you. And then the turn-based game is fun. I'm excited for that. There's some indie stuff that they showed off. I'm kind of excited for, like D.E.N Chronicle, just because it's kind of Suikoden.
Oh,
But
that's the one that Kiara is gonna get.
it,
Suikoden 2 is her favorite game.
then she'll care at some point, either this year or next year. We're getting it's Suikoden 1 and 2, like
Mhm.
bundle package kind of remaster.
Yep.
Because I love the Suikoden games; they are great.
Interesting.
Um,
I'd never heard of them before
Yeah.
her.
yeah, they're on some people's list of the best PS1 RPGs, JRPGs, and like if you look at some list, it's usually like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and then possibly Suikoden 2.
Yeah, pretty
Was one
good.
of the first games where you can have permanent death on main characters.
Hmm.
Oh, there was new trailers for the Persona 3 Reloaded and Persona 5 Tactica.
Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, Tokyo Game Show, not it hasn't hit the level of like big announcements like E3 had or the showcases have or Tokyo or the Game Awards.
Jeff
Gamescom?
Keighley.
or Gamescom. Even Gamescom had a couple of big ones this year.
Jeff Keighley owns all game previews now. He is the man. I
But
wonder who's going to
so-
run up on stage and try to fuck his Game Awards again.
I
He needs
wonder
to
how
get
many
better
bouncers
security, dude.
I wonder how many bouncers he's gonna have.
Up security.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing of the week was the leaked FTC versus Microsoft court documents.
Oh yeah.
So this was a lot. This was just the stuff that was sent in discovery for both sides. These were leaked emails, leaked documents of what Microsoft has wanted to do, is working on, dreams they have. And there's some pretty wild stuff here. First one, and I've said this on a podcast a while ago, but I'm proven wrong now. Elder Scrolls 6 is an Xbox console exclusive. So it will not be coming to the Sony consoles,
Yep.
at least as of now.
Get fucked, Sony.
Pretty much.
Get fucked.
But I mean, we're still years out from that game as it is, but
It'll
I mean,
still
it
come to PC too. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like I can't say Xbox exclusive anymore. I have to say I need to start using Xbox console exclusive, because anything
Oh,
that comes
yeah.
to the Xbox will come to the PC.
Mhm.
Yep.
Activision was actually briefed on the Switch successor late last year, so even before the Gamescom build. And according to Bobby Kotick and Activision side of it, its performance is more aligned with the PS4, Xbox One. Because what came out of Gamescom is they were saying it's closer to a PS5
Good.
or Xbox Series. So I don't know which side I want to believe on that one.
A Switch? I have no confidence.
I mean, Steam Deck does pretty good, so if they just actually spend some money in R&D, it could get there.
You're asking them to spend money and
Yeah.
listen to fans.
I
Yeah.
thought the most interesting thing was the Bethesda timeline from when Xbox was attempting to acquire them, which they ended up doing. But it had like Starfield in 2022, I think. It had Elder Scrolls 6 in 2025. It had
Yep.
a new MMO.
Oh yeah.
It had the Machine Games Indiana Jones game
Oh yeah, Indiana
out.
Jones.
Yep.
You know, there's
Wasn't-
a lot of really interesting stuff on
Wasn't
there.
the MMO like another Lord of the Rings? It was some big franchise for the MMO, I thought, that they were talking about back then.
No, it's just a project name.
Oh.
So no one's really sure what it is. They never officially talked about anything.
See, they had documents about the Xbox mid-generation refresh, and actually have some accompanying pictures of what it might look like. So it's like the new, it's codenamed Brooklyn, but the Xbox Series X refresh. Still going to be 500. It's actually round now, so kind of like the iMac or the Mac Mini when they made that.
Mm.
It's a little, uses a little less power. It has a USB-C front port. It has a new controller, faster Wi-Fi, 4K Gen 9 console, Wi-Fi 5E, Wi-Fi 6E. So yeah, we're just
Cat
getting, and they
20
also have
cables. I don't know.
they also have a Series S refresh and the new controller, which is two-tone. It looks kind of more like an Elite controller now, but they're also making it sound like it's going to be its standard controller. And they're adding a feature that basically when you pick up the controller, it'll turn on the controller. So you don't have to hit a button.
Hmm.
Let's see.
It's gonna be fucking annoying when you bump it.
Right?
It depends on, like what
You
is
set
'cause
your cup down on your coffee table.
Yeah.
God damn it. You brought up some Bethesda stuff. We are apparently going to get a Fallout 3 remaster
Oh
and an
yeah.
Oblivion remaster.
That well, yeah, those were supposed to already be out. Is the interesting thing. The that's also the interesting thing that I was going to say is that it seems like the polish, you know, user experience may vary, but the polish for Starfield seems to be because of the Microsoft acquisition, because they had that thing releasing much earlier. And it seems like Microsoft said to take your time. And
Mhm.
there's also a lot of Reddit posts from people at these port houses that are doing a known IP remake, and what they're doing the same thing, and I didn't know this, but apparently what Bluepoint did with Shadow of the Colossus is keep the game engine mechanics and mix them with the graphics in Unreal Engine. So they rebuild the game graphically in Unreal and then use the gameplay mechanic from the original engine, and they mush them together in this like dual engine process that turned out really well. And
Mhm.
so based on these Reddit posts and this leak, now things are starting to seem a little more accurate, where people on Reddit were saying that they're using similar techniques where they're rebuilding Fallout 3 and Oblivion in Unreal Engine, but
Oh.
keeping the creation engine stuff for gameplay. So it's still gonna feel like a Bethesda game, but it's gonna look like an Unreal game. And so that could be
Interesting.
really interesting if they do that.
Yeah.
And why
Is
isn't
that
it out yet? That would be sick.
Yeah.
Oblivion is like I'm more
Oh
of
my
those two.
god.
Of those two, I'm more excited for Oblivion, but that's partly because I've played more of Fallout 3 more
I've never
recently.
played Oblivion. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oblivion's great.
Oblivion's great.
Never playing Oblivion though. One thing is when you make your character, it's unlike Skyrim where you just do whatever you want and you level up that way.
Mhm.
You kind of have to pick an archetype that you want to be. So like you want to be a warrior, you pick like, okay, my main stats that will level up my character are going to be like heavy armor, swords, acrobatics, something, something, something. And you level those up by still doing it. And you level up everything else to get better at it. But if you want to go from like your character level 1 to level 2, you have to level up a section of those first 6 you pick from.
Yeah.
That makes no
Um,
sense.
if
That
you've
was
It
played
doesn't make any sense to me. It went right through me.
yeah.
That is fucking stupid.
I'm sorry I said it wrong.
No, you didn't say it wrong. It's just it's hard to explain, and
Yeah.
when you verbally explain it, you need visuals to
Yeah.
explain how you
Fair,
level up
fair.
in Oblivion. It's not your
Okay.
fault. It just
Yeah.
explaining it is like, what?
But
That's all.
it actually one thing Oblivion has that Skyrim doesn't that I'm excited about is there's a fighting arena. There's a whole storyline quest about you going through this arena and getting better. And I thought, especially with like Skyrim being more about the Nords and like more or less Vikings, there's no fighting arenas there, and that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. It's
Um,
not in the culture. It's not in the Skyrim, no, the Nord culture.
to fight,
Not in an arena.
They're not Roman gladiators.
Yeah. How
fighting,
often do you think of the Roman Empire?
not a lot.
Hmm. Have you guys not seen this meme?
No,
No, I have not.
Really? This big meme going around on TikTok is girlfriends asking their boyfriends how often they think of the Roman Empire and being surprised at how often it is.
Really?
Like, I've seen probably hundreds of at this
Can you
point
send me
of
one
guy.
later?
Sure.
Okay. Because that
It's
definitely has
like a
not come up on my shit.
I'm like, I never think about it, but all these guys are like,
I never
don't
think
know,
about
like,
it either.
Like two or three times a week,
The
probably.
the
Like,
only time I think of about the Roman Empire, honestly, is when we get into a big discussion about politics and about how America is going the way of the empire, where they're just too big for their britches and then eventually they're going to fail. That's like the only time that I think about the Roman Empire. Unless I'm watching a fucking movie.
I mean, there is a lot of cool things about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, they invented plumbing. It was
They invented
amazing.
concrete.
we
Anyways.
can poop in toilets because of them.
We should get that out there, because the big question is, how often do the Derailed Boys think of the Roman Empire? And it's none.
It's none.
Which I think is
Watch
good.
Kata be like every day.
The only
Dude,
time-
if anybody, it's gonna be Nubs. That's like, yeah, I think about it like 3-4 times a day.
So the
I
only
swear
time-
to God, dude, it's gonna be Nubs.
The only times I've even remotely thought of the Roman Empire
I'm gonna text him.
is when I've been like, if I'm thinking about or talking about, weirdly enough, Fallout New Vegas with
Yeah,
Caesar's
Kaiser.
Legion, Kaiser's
Yeah.
Legion. If you remember,
I can't believe this is the one time you say Caesar's Legion. You always say Kaiser's Legion. So I said Kaiser's Legion, and then you choose to say Caesar's Legion now. God damn it, you left me hanging there. You're the one, you make me say Kaiser's Legion. God damn it.
Nubs is probably
fucking
passed
Judas.
out.
whoa,
Merc, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? Merc's like every day.
Xbox is planning apparently to release their next gen console in 2028.
Yeah, that was really interesting. 5 more years of the console generation. Which when
Oh
did
yeah.
PS5 come out? 2020? 21?
No, 19. I think it was the year before
PS5?
pandemic.
2020.
Wait, when? I don't
Like
remember
June.
getting it.
Or
November?
Christmas. 2020, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Merc,
that
Merc thinks
means-
of the Roman Empire once a month ish.
That's so weird. 8
So-
years? 8 years that's long.
But that
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that means next year we should be getting. Well, we already saw we're gonna probably get it from Microsoft, but getting the like PS5 Pro.
You know what? I'm just glad. I really feel content in the PC island now.
Same.
I don't like worrying about that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I
don't
would
give a fuck.
Absolutely love to find old footage of the hate for PC.
Oh
gaming.
yeah, it's there.
Mhm.
It's there somewhere.
Oh, it's there.
It was always kind of a meme.
Except for when you actually got upset at having to update drivers.
It's still very frustrating. I'm not saying it's for,
Oh
but
no,
like,
I just had during the podcast I had a from NVIDIA. Hey, GeForce driver update for your video card.
yeah, right. I got two in a week. There was one a couple days ago, and I just had another one.
Yeah, but on consoles, when we would wait for those day one, there's always a day one patch anyway.
Well, all games have day one patches.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah. It's actually weird nowadays when a AAA title doesn't have a day one patch.
Mhm. Like, wait a
Um,
minute. You're saying you're done? You released it and you're done? What the fuck what do you mean you're done?
What is this,
Okay, let's-
1992?
You're supposed to give this to me like 3/4 done.
Yeah.
This feels weird.
Merc said, and if they do, then we can shit on all of them for shitting on Xbox for a refresh.
I'll say if Elder Scrolls 6 really does only come out, it's a Starfield release, only on PC and Xbox, comes out on Steam, and they have not allowed or figured out a way for the Game Pass games to be modified and run the editors like
Yeah.
SKSE and SFSE and all that stuff that just can't run on the Game Pass versions, then there's just, you lost me. Because I
Yeah.
bought Starfield on Steam.
Yep.
They market Bethesda games. Todd Howard markets them as moddable.
Yep.
Yet you're exclusively tied to a platform that doesn't allow me to do that. That's very strange. And Phil Spencer needs to really get on that. And I think
Yeah.
he will. I hope they will.
Speaking of Phil Spencer, he really wants Microsoft to buy Nintendo. Like he's talked about he was
Good luck, Phil.
in August 2020 it was revealed that he was enthusiastic about acquiring the studio, acquiring Nintendo, and that would be his career moment if it happened. And he wants that career moment. He wants to be remembered at like he'd be remembered for quite a while if
No,
that merger happened.
I don't think he would. I don't see how a person can be how that can be an achievement. I spent this much money. Look at me. Like don't make that your achievement. Don't make your achievement that you bought something. That doesn't make any sense. That's so corny and weird and American. I fucking don't like that at all. That's just my take.
Also, Nintendo will never need to sell.
Well, the likelihood of that happening is so low.
Because although it's really funny, back in like the PS1 N64 days, there was a moment where Nintendo and Sony were going to come together on a console.
That's why we got the PlayStation.
Yeah, because they were going to make the back then they were calling it the Dolphin. It was going to be Nintendo's first disc console.
Yep.
And then something happened, and Sony's like, "Fine, we'll go make our own."
Yep. And then they got boned.
Maybe
Boned out of the console market.
Who, Sony?
No, Nintendo. Like the PlayStation ended up doing, like, they forced a competitor onto the market that ended up doing huge numbers, which is kind of funny.
Especially when the PS2 versus GameCube fight happened.
Exactly. They're like,
And I say
fuck.
fight.
Yeah.
Because PS2, I think, has only recently been beaten by like the Switch.
I don't think so. I think the PS2 is still on top.
Is the PS2 the top selling?
I think it's by such a sizable amount that I think it's pretty fair, because they were selling PlayStation 2s in like 2018,
Okay, so the PS2 is around 155 million units sold.
which is pretty much every gamer in the world.
Yeah. The DS is the next closest at 154 million.
Oh, that close?
Yeah.
2 million?
Uh,
Basically?
uh,
One and change.
one.
Yeah. Damn.
Then it was the Switch at 129.5 million.
Yeah, see that's a 30 million gap, 20
But
million gap.
God damn, Sony has 4 of the top 10 slots with the
Yeah.
PS1 through 4. PS5 is still as a respectable in 3 years 41 million.
Not my PS5.
You I mean, that's just cuz you've switched to the mindset of the PC master race.
I mean, I'm going to need it to play Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, Final Fantasy 16 will come to PC next year, I think.
Final Fantasy 16?
The new one, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking Rebirth.
Well, no, like 7, you mean?
Yeah.
7 will come to PC. They already have part 1 on PC.
Yeah, it'll probably be a timed exclusive.
Yeah, just like Final Fantasy 16. I'm pretty sure they even have like a date already of when it's coming to PC. But there's another PlayStation exclusive that's coming out soon. Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm gonna play the fuck out of
Spider-Man.
Oh, I just saw that Spider-Man 2 is adding it's going to start turned off and you can turn it on if you want, but fall damage. It was just an article I saw that you could turn on fall damage in Spider-Man if you want.
Interesting.
Fall damage?
Oh, another Spider-Man.
I think I'll keep it off.
Yep, so you can jump off Avengers Tower and just free fall for a while.
He's a spider.
You play as two different Spider-Men.
They're spiders. They could fall. Spiders fall all the time and they're fine.
I always flick spiders around.
If it was like a Thor game, if it was the Avengers game, I'd have to make it work in my head. Do I want fall damage? I think even the Hulk could fall far enough to hurt himself a little bit, twist an ankle. You know.
Didn't the
I
Hulk
don't think
fall
so.
from like space once?
It's one of those things. If you get into comic book Hulk, like
Yeah.
no,
Okay. Never mind.
like
All right.
all right.
Can any of then why then don't don't I don't can any superhero be hurt by falling?
Hulk doesn't take fall damage.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man can take fall damage. He has in the comics. It's just
He's a spider,
no. He's a man who has spider abilities.
and that just doesn't have the one that's
Because
falling.
physically, he's got more muscle mass. He's got just
Fall-
more mass.
When he
Fall
puts the
damage takes
suit
fall
on, his
damage.
internal organs reduce. They're like 0 carry weight ammo.
You think his suit, his regular suit that he made himself, does that?
From
Not
cloth?
the Venom suit, not the symbiote.
Mhm. Yeah,
Definitely not the Tony
Part of
Stark
the-
suit.
part of the powers, especially the Tony Stark suit,
Yeah.
eliminates all carry weight of internal organs.
I like that. I like that theory.
He just weighs whatever his skin weighs.
So I could walk up to Spider-Man in a suit and pick him up with one hand.
I don't care enough about this anymore.
There we go. So another thing that was revealed is from Phil Spencer is a 2020 email about his honest opinion of the PS5 reveal. And he says Microsoft has, quote, a better product than Sony has, not just on hardware, but equally important on the software platform and services on top of the hardware.
Okay, but you don't release your numbers because you're embarrassed. So I don't care
Yep.
what you think.
Yeah.
Release the numbies. Show me the sales, bro.
Show me the numbies.
And then there's another little email in here talking about having to, quote, fill the huge gap in game lineup in 2022 and all that stuff got delayed in like May
Yeah.
because he was supposed to have Starfield, Redfall, and Stalker 2, which some of those games ended up being crap, like Redfall.
Redfall, Garbo,
Yeah.
Red Garbo.
Dishonored 3 was on the list, the Bethesda list. Dishonored 3. I should play Dishonored 2. I loved Dishonored 1, and I never played Dishonored 2.
Oh, you should play Dishonored 2.
I should. I really liked Dishonored 1.
Let's see. There might be a Red Dead Redemption 2 next gen update because they're trying to get it for Game Pass and they want it to look better, I guess. But that was the
do what they did with the Switch. You heard about Switch Red Dead? Switch Red Dead is like Mortal Kombat Red Dead.
Ugh.
Like it's literally just the 360 version of Red Dead on Switch. Like they didn't do anything to it. It looks like dog shit.
Let's see. And then the last like really important one that came out is Xbox really underestimated Baldur's Gate 3. They were only trying to pay about 5 million to get Baldur's Gate 3 on Game Pass. Not thinking how big this was going to be, how many old like PC gamers who played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and loved it, D&D fans who were just going to buy it cuz it's Baldur's Gate, and people who love Larian Studios from like Divinity and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 5 million's a low number even for like for any moderately big game,
Mm-hmm.
right? That'd be like initially going to Bethesda, hey, let's put Oblivion on Game Pass. Here's 5 million for it.
There is a thing in the back of my head that's reminding me that Game Pass is very similar to a subscription service for video content like Prime or Hulu or Netflix. And these systems are good consumer facing products but they are not good for the industry. They are not good for the creators. Netflix is in many ways under fire, on strike from
Yep.
writers and stuff, because that system is made to pump and dump, and it uses creators like pawns. And though we don't see Game Pass like that now, we do need to realize that Game Pass is very much like that for video games. It is not the best for a developer or a publisher to be on Game Pass. It is they're taking a lump sum and disregarding, sales that they could be getting elsewhere. And in a case like Baldur's Gate, they would have made far less money being on Game Pass than and so I really do hope in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years and in the future that Game Pass, we have some sort of different alternative option that's more pro creator, because really I love Game Pass, but I also loved Netflix streaming, in 2010 or whatever, and it's not great. And so, just keep that in mind.
So this goes on to say for Baldur's Gate 3. So the company had Microsoft had an email chain again regarding the one to fill the gaps of games when they were delayed, and they had a list of games, and in the notes section, they dubbed Baldur's Gate 3. And keep in mind, this came out around the time the early access was just starting for Baldur's Gate 3. Uh,
2020,
se-
yeah.
yeah, second run Stadia PC RPG.
Mm,
So they were saying that this game is on the level of Google Stadia.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, I mean it's easy to think that. I thought that too. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are pretty niche. Even the Divinity games are have a market, but they are small. And the Baldur's Gate 3 market blew everybody out of the water, even Larian,
yep.
So I don't blame them for thinking that. I think a lot of people thought that. And good on Larian for proving them wrong.
And then the last bit that came out, and this is not a shock, is that the Xbox Series S is more popular than Microsoft expected it to be. They were surprised that the cheaper console is the one that sold more,
And you know what? It's really to the detriment of gamers. It is because developers have to account for the S that we get the level of games that we get. And that's really shitty.
which is that's why I'm glad like some there are good PC exclusives and PlayStation exclusives, because I can't imagine having to make Forbidden West or Spider-Man to work on the Series S, the Series X, and the PS5.
Mhm. Mhm.
And even the studios, like how many articles have we talked about where studios say they hate working with the S because it limits them
Right.
so hard?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's not we're not just saying it. That's coming from the mouths of developers and their
I
frustrations.
mean, Baldur's Gate 3 didn't release on there for I don't even think it's actually out on there yet because of that. Now
Yeah,
that
I think it's finally out on consoles, at least.
Mhm.
PS5 and
Yeah.
Series X, I think, but
Uh,
yeah, it's gotta be a nightmare to like be in 2023 and account for fucking hardware that should be in like 2016, 2017,
and it's not like making the conscious choice to make a game for the Switch like Mortal Kombat did. It's a Microsoft forces you, "Hey, you wanna release this on on the home consoles, you gotta make it for both."
Yeah, it
Hmm.
sucks.
It's what
It's
happened
not
it's the
fair.
Cyberpunk problem. Like, they had to make the games for the previous gen because they promised it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't work, and
That was a PC, PS5, Xbox Series X game that had to come out on the 1 and the 4.
yeah,
That's tough.
so
Not giving CD Projekt Red any leeway on that, though. They are
no,
fucking
because
monsters for egregiously lying when they could have just been like, we need more time. But yeah, investors and capitalism and it's the dollar, right? Like,
it's
what are
the
you gonna
dollar.
do?
Yeah.
That was the last news story I had. And James, I saw you shaking that, I'm assuming, unopened PS5 controller.
Yeah. The special purple one that came out like a year ago, still in the box
Yep.
sealed.
That'll be great to whip it out for Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
2 Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, 2 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man do.
Oh, that reminds me of the next season Rick and Morty trailer is coming out soon, so we can see how the voices are going to be.
Did they say who is doing it for Rick and Morty? Because I heard somebody that they got a replacement for like Solar Opposites and stuff.
So for Solar Opposites, they actually made that a running joke. Is that the voice actor they got for him is like completely different, and now whenever they do flashbacks, it's his
Mm,
voice now,
mm-hmm.
and it plays
Okay.
into the story.
Okay.
So let's see, uh, when, where, who stars in it?
Because they have not made it like an announcement yet. I
There's
think for demons like Justin Roiland, it's okay to AI their voice and bastardize their likeness. Do it. That's part of his punishment. AI his voice and make him work for free for the rest of his life and never receive a dime.
yeah, as of a day ago, there hasn't been an announcement who's actually doing it.
Interesting. So you're saying the trailer's coming out soon and we'll
Let's see.
see. What if it's Justin Roiland and they're like, "Oh yeah, we didn't fire him."
Uh, Trailer announced the new roster. That's a poster. Uh,
Hmm.
Monday is the new trailer.
Well, should be interesting.
Or the whole trailer, Rick's not going to talk. Neither one of them's going to talk. Everyone else is.
What if they do like a multi-dimensional thing where Rick is gone and it's just Morty? What if they change it to Beth and Morty?
Beth and Summer.
Sure, whatever. Interesting.
Oh,
Well,
another one got timed out forever.
Yeah, that's two tonight. Wisebot's on it.
That's all I had for news. Oh, no, that's not all I had. A quick thing. AMC and A24 are partnering up. Then, like every week in October, they're playing they're doing like one or two screenings of one of A24's horror films.
Yeah, I saw the
And
Midsummer one is coming
yeah,
back to
Midsummer's
theaters.
coming back with 25 or 23
it's the
additional minutes.
director's cut.
Director.
Wednesday the 25th, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I saw for that.
I'm just glad they didn't pick Tusk.
But you're glad
I
they
think
didn't
it's
pick that.
yes. They picked The Witch, which is great. Amazing. I forgot. Damn.
Midsummer.
Yeah, I know Midsummer.
Are they doing Hereditary?
No. There's only one Robert Eggers and one Ari Aster. It's weird that they didn't pick Hereditary though, because
Are
it's
they
by
doing Lighthouse
far.
maybe?
No, there's only one Robert Eggers movie,
Oh.
The Witch.
All right, so let's take a look. We've got
There's like 5 of them.
The
I can't
Witch,
believe I forgot.
X,
X,
Under
which I
the
loved.
Skin.
Which I loved. And that's a good one too, because that is one of, if not the first A24 movie. So a lot of people didn't see that movie at all, and very few people saw it in theaters. So that's a good one to go see in theaters.
Oh, there's only 4. Witch,
Okay.
X,
Which
Midsummer,
X?
and or in order. Witch is on the 4th, X is on the 11th, Under the Skin is on the 18th, and Midsummer is on the 25th.
Once a week? Dude, that's fun. That sounds fun.
And I
It's
think
once a week.
it's it's every Wednesday in October.
That's kind of fun. I like that.
Let's just see. If I click on, let's see, Midsummer. Would you go to Kent Station
Oh God, yeah, I guess.
for
Fuck.
for AMC?
There's an AMC and they're closer to me.
Uh,
The AMC that I saw the Lighthouse at.
Midsummer. So it looks like they're doing. Uh, so oh wait, oh it's not playing at Kent. Oh,
Kent's
you're gonna have
too
to look this one up.
family.
So like
No scary.
it's so I did Kent Station, and the first one that shows up is South Center.
Okay.
Let's see if I go
Damn.
Lakewood
I
Mall.
had I had a good time in South Center when I was there last.
Yep, South Center looks like they're the only one playing it. That or Alderwood.
Oof.
You. Interesting. So it's a limited AMC release. Well, driving up to South Center every Wednesday does not sound good. Well, I'll just download them and watch them in my house. And
You don't want to go back to the
pretend.
Tuck?
I had a good time. It's just I don't know.
Distance, traffic, I-90 or I-5.
People that go to South
I
Center.
went there to see Oppenheimer, and it was just a lot.
But I'm also starting to see more and more movies are getting re-released in theaters for like a day or a week. And
They're trying to
part of that
save
is
theaters.
save theaters and strike. The Britney Spears movie Crossroads is coming back for a day because they're re-releasing it for her memoirs.
Wow. Wow.
Is this a real face, Aaron, or
No.
okay?
That's so weird.
I know a Chevrolet Kid 55 that would go see that.
Chevrolet Kid.
Well, it's like they were re-releasing it in theaters for like a week or a day because it's to tie in with her memoirs that they're working on.
I'd do
I
a
don't know.
backflip for Crossroads.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides.
Okay, because of you and that, Aaron, I have Donnie and me have genuinely listened to that song quite a few times.
I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
It's such a banger. Oh, I love that guy. What's his
Have you
name?
listened-
Grayson
Grayson,
Dixon.
yeah.
Dixon Dallas.
Dixon
Dallas.
Dallas.
Have you listened to his other one? Like Whiskey.
Nothing like a
Mm-mm.
good cup of
Yeah,
warm
listen to Like
Dickens
Whiskey.
cider.
It's just as good, huh?
Yeah.
Dixon Dallas, yeah, Merc.
I only
That's exactly what
heard
it is.
bits and pieces on TikTok. I never actually listened to the whole song.
You haven't listened to the whole song? Oh, you should.
I
Hey.
shall.
It's but yeah, like because you played the clip so many times, we had to listen to the whole song, and then yeah, the whole song is a banger.
That's awesome. I've really enjoyed Spotify's new DJ. I don't know if anybody uses Spotify, but the DJ thing is pretty neato.
Yeah.
DJ
Is your
Alex.
Spotify still working okay, Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to update my address on there.
Oh, okay.
So if it ever stops, just put in my new address.
Okay. I was listening to it today just fine. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. Thank you though.
What's funny though is my DJ is a little weird because like when we go on longer drives, we'll just find random songs to listen to or word associate a song. And I've messed up the algorithm, so sometimes he'll just randomly like it'll be rock, it'll be metal, it'll be some like EDM, and then randomly Mambo number 5.
Yeah. Real quick, Merc was asking about the Spotify DJ. It's a new feature. So it's like a DJ that pulls up and mixes a bunch of songs for you like every day based on listening history and shit like that.
He talks to you. He's
Talks to you
AI
too, yeah.
voice generated like a DJ. So
he's like, yo, what's up, Merc? You ready to get this playlist on fleek tonight, boy?
It's
Mine
like,
doesn't sound like that.
Mine sounds like that.
What?
we're gonna play some
So
stuff
does
that you
Dan's.
What?
you haven't. Yeah, it's like we're gonna play some stuff that you liked but haven't listened to in a while, or we're gonna play some of your favorites, or we're gonna play stuff that sounds like this.
My guy's like super chill. He's like, yo, what up, Aaron? I got some
Yeah.
songs that you played a couple weeks ago that maybe you forgot about.
Okay, maybe I embellished a little bit.
That's my guy too.
I saw a TikTok where it's like, if you ask me to, I'm so tired of playing your shitty fucking music, dude. Why do I have to DJ for you? You have the worst fucking taste in music ever. Okay, here it is, another piece of dog shit music. Here we go.
Piece of fucking dog shit here. Let's see. Merc was saying he couldn't see it on the app for PC.
It's kind of subtle. So on the PC, whoa, why is it?
Mine's always in the right corner.
It's like by the volume rocker, and it looks like a little circle with a line through the like the top right of it. It's kind of it's definitely easy to miss. It's neat though.
There is a disable feature too for the DJ. So you might have to go into settings and take a poke around.
I know we're like ending here, but I watched the new A24 scary movie, Talk to Me,
Oh yeah. How was it?
real quick. Parts of it I don't think I understand or like. Not for like obtuse reasons, but I just don't think creatively it would have been. It flows with me, but it's 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 okay.
Solid 7.
It's like an 8. I would give it an 8.
An 8.
Craftsmanship was there, which is surprising because the writer directors are like these Australian YouTubers who just kind of made a movie, and A24 bought it at a festival. So like they did it by themselves, and they did a really good job, considering, there's just like some stuff, because the whole concept is that these kids have a hand, like I'm sure you've seen it's in the trailers, where you talk, you hold it and then you say talk to me, and then you can see a ghost, and then you say, it like possesses you for fun for like a short period of time. They say like 90 seconds.
Oh damn.
And the part that I don't get is that these kids enjoy it, and it looks horrifying. It's literally looks scary. It's supposed to be scary. But then afterwards they're like, "Oh my god, I got to do that again." And it's like, "What? Why? What?" And they describe how it feels, and like it feels good. Like I guess you need that to drive the narrative, but I just don't believe that anyone would be like, "Let me do that again," because it's horrifying. I would never do that once. But these kids are like doing it over and over and over again, and like, I don't know. That part I just don't really get that. But the narrative is much grander than just that. And so it's interesting and cool, and yeah, it's good. I liked it.
Nice.
It deals a lot with a parent dying, and the main character dealing with that.
Oh really?
Of course, talking to the dead, you can see how these intertwine. But it was kind of hard for Kiara, having lost her mom, and it's
Yeah.
very much about that. So
Oh, yeah.
just like, trigger warning before you go into that. I wish I had known that before, like, "Hey babe, let's watch this movie about this horrible traumatic thing that happened to you," and it was kind of
Yeah.
hard. So just know that going in.
Damn, that's wild.
But it's up on the Plex.
Oh, it is. Okay, sweet.
Oh, dude, James, we didn't talk about Ninja Turtles either. Ninja Turtles
Oh
is so good.
yeah. Yeah,
Is
Wes,
it?
we watched Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was adorable, engaging, funny, great animation. It's a kids movie. It's PG, so don't
Okay.
expect fucking Shakespeare plot or anything.
Yeah.
But it has sympathetic villains. It has morally gray actions. It has, humor, cuteness attached to, you get attached to the characters and all the voice acting is great. There's just I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Good to know. All right. All right.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was so fun.
It was super fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it with Viv tomorrow, I think.
Nice.
Nice. It just reminded me, I did watch a movie while you're finding who we're gonna raid. We watched Amsterdam with Christian Bale, Margot Robbie.
Dude, okay. What did you think of that movie?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was great. Um,
Really?
I really did enjoy. I didn't realize how much of a true story it was based on, or at least how many parts of
Yeah.
it were true. They didn't put that in the advertising at all.
Dude, I hated that movie.
What did you hate about it? While we're
Oh.
rating.
I thought that it just had like so many different plot points going on and none of them were substantial at all. They were all just like it just felt like a mess. I just the maybe a good idea on paper, but I just hated how it was executed and how it flowed and I just felt like the pacing was all over the place and I came out of it with just the performances were great. It's got a lot of good stars in it. I just thought that it was just had too much going on and not enough focus and none of the parts where they tried, all of the parts that they were trying to focus on never did anything for me at all.
Fair. I see that. It it sounds like a weird analogy, but it feels kind of like a Telltale game where
Mm,
the ending is very like at the gala
mhm,
is a very like here is our definitive ending, here's the climax and stuff, right? But
mhm.
everything else almost feels like a person picking every weird choice in a Telltale game.
That is a great analogy. I actually very much agree with that.
Well, because like yeah, it starts out with the them getting the case and Taylor Swift's character, and then it just randomly okay, we're gonna go cut to Amsterdam for like 45 minutes in World War
Right.
II.
Right,
Okay,
right, right.
okay, that's okay. I see what you're doing. Now we're gonna jump cut back, and then we're gonna cut to my home life
That's
and
what I
why my
mean.
wife hates me.
It was just too much and none of it was good to me. None of the things were like carried anyway. Anyways,
But
whatever.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Acting is top notch.
Yeah, a
Christian
lot of
Bale.
big stars.
Uh, I really need to remember this guy's name. The black guy, the dude from Tenet, the dude from
Oh, I don't
Black
remember his name
Klansman,
either.
right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
awesome job, great
He's why
actor.
I watched it because I really like him. John David Washington.
John David Washington.
It's on Hulu and Amazon Prime.
Yeah, and I think it's on HBO too. It's Max, maybe.
Maybe.
But either way, it. I liked it. Just it's a longer movie too. Like there was some points in the middle. I was like, okay, are we getting anywhere? But overall, I enjoyed it. I laughed. I thought it was good. Uh,
Eh, I didn't. Yeah, but if you're gonna watch a David O. Russell movie, I like Silver Linings Playbook.
haven't seen it.
Well,
That's the Bradley Cooper
same
one, yeah.
same writer director.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Hmm. My girl J Law.
Hmm. So the Spotify DJ thing is kind of weird, Aaron. It says that it's not as on May 23rd, it wasn't rolled out to PC yet for the app. And then a later article in June says that it was rolled out in certain markets for the app, but you can cast it from your phone to PC fine by using your phone, but it's only in markets.
I have it on both. I use it on my PC and my phone.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I
You
don't have
it
that.
on your PC?
I don't have it either now.
Strange. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It says I might have to reinstall the app because it says if you can't find Spotify DJ, you might have to update or reinstall the app on your PC. You have to have a Spotify premium subscription. But then this thing says it's possible that the AI DJ feature is not yet available in your region. Currently, the feature is available in select markets in Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. It doesn't even mention the US.
Merc said he got it to work.
Oh, okay, cool. Did you like reinstall, I bet?
He started it on his phone first, and then it showed up on the PC.
Oh, interesting. If that'll work.
Is Dixon Dallas on Spotify?
Yes.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, is fucking Oliver Tree's new shit out? I did not like his new single, but Fairweather Friends? That's a new single. Let's see if this is good. 1.5 minutes? Okay, this one's pretty good.
Is that
Okay, I like this one a lot more than the other one.
Oliver Tree?
His first single from this album. When is it coming out? Anyways, I just did not like it.
If you look up Dixon Dallas, listen to Like Whiskey.
Oh, okay. Dix.
Dude, why can I not find it on my fucking phone now?
What's up, Tay?
Tay.
Oh, Tay would love Dixon Dallas.
Probably already knows about him. Tay, you know about Dixon Dallas? Why is the DJ feature not on my phone now? Where the fuck is it supposed to be? Tay Liddy. You know about that Dixon Dallas?
Dude, I didn't know that like gay pop country was so for me.
Tay, it's this guy.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
Dixon Dallas, baby. Tay, you would rock that song. I know you. You'd rock the shit out of that song. Encore?
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then
Come on, Tay.
kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
From your reaction, dude. I'll kiss him on his badussy. Okay, for real. It's not on my phone now.
Weird.
Is it not on the home screen? Like, it's supposed to be on the home screen. There it is. How you doing?
Oh, there's also a new Blink-182 album coming out.
Oh, shit.
I didn't watch it, but I saw the music video pop up on YouTube for a new song.
Oh, really? Dude, I hated the single they put out recently. Edging.
Ooh, I got like chill jazz. My DJ now.
One more time.
What? One more time, what?
One more time, yeah, okay.
It was Blink-182's like new music video.
Oh, I was like,
for a
you
new
want to hear
song.
Badussi one more time?
I'm good.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking.
It'll pop up tomorrow, right?
Is that what the album's called? Is One More Time? Must be. Blank 82. Dude, you know, it sucks because that one album that came out was so good. California. Because Tom left. They got the guy from Alkaline Trio, and it was so good. And then they did another one without Tom, and it was awful. And now they got Tom back. I don't know.
So it's
I
either gonna be-
hated fucking Edging. That song sucks dick. In a bad way. Like forced.
Merc said his sounds like a weak Brooklyn accent, playing Stone Sour, and now Avenged Sevenfold. Nice.
I have grown to like Stone Sour. I used to kind of think it was corny and cheesy, but I actually think what's his name, Corey
Taylor.
Corey Taylor's actually a pretty good guy.
Fun fact, Aaron.
Pretty creative guy.
Stone Sour was my wedding song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what made me like it.
Really?
That'd be weird. Okay.
Merc said he's a douche canoe, but he sings good.
He has a lot of
You know who else is a douche canoe and doesn't sing that good? Scott Staff.
sap.
Whatever. He's a fucking sap in real life. Fuck that guy. And fuck Creed.
Creed's amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, great. They did real
Yeah,
good.
they became Alter Bridge.
Creed.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
The
minus
good
the
parts
singer.
of Creed became Alter Bridge.
All Creed, Hands of Clay. Great album. Great album.
His solo shit was just that shit. Yep.
One More Time comes out October 20th.
Mm.
It's gonna suck.
You think?
Not a canoe. What are you talking about, Tay?
It's gonna suck. I don't know. I need to hear One More Time. Edging was terrible. So let's see.
Fine, I'll play it again.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he
Tay's jamming right now.
call him daddy while I holler.
I know Tay's jamming right now. I'm gonna get a snap in a minute.
What do you think the number one played Blink-182 song is, and how many plays do you think it has?
All small
Low-key.
things with like 38 million.
Correct. 930 million.
It is interesting sometimes when you look up Spotify, like the number one song, and then from a certain band, and then number two is like 500 million less. Like
You know what? All the small things, even when I was a diehard little middle school fan, All the Small Things was like my least favorite song. I
It
don't
was
like
the
that
most.
song.
It was the most played one.
It was absolutely the
Damn.
most played one.
But
But
Aaron, like,
it's so plain Jane. They have other pretty, whatever.
I mean, could you make the same argument for "Smells Like Teen Spirit"?
No, so I like Smells Like Teen Spirit, even despite how many times I've heard it. The one that I don't like, my least favorite popular Nirvana song is Lithium. I think Lithium is a snooze fest.
Oh, I thought you were going to say "Heart Shaped Box."
I like Heart Shaped Box.
In my
I think it's good.
head.
I think I did that YouTube video when I was unemployed of the scientifically the best Nirvana
Oh
song.
yeah.
And Lithium.
You still have that? Is that video up
Pretty
somewhere
low.
still, Aaron? You know? That'd be cool to like repost it again.
I think
Put it out there
it's
somewhere.
out there. It's out there. Let me see.
I think that would be cool.
My Blood on the Tracks edits. I finished volume 1. They're doing real well for me on my little YouTube channel.
Merc said Blink 182 is plain Jane, and them making a new album is like if Metallica made a new album. And Tay is super excited for Blink's new album, apparently.
Oh,
She
really?
little baby Tay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree, Merc. S&M was their last good album. Give me more Bad Omen. What was that fucking stupid ass album they made for Guitar Hero? God, what the fuck was that called? Disaster something or
Metallica?
yeah, Metallica made an album that totally went on Guitar Hero. In Guitar Hero's like final years.
I don't know. The last album I liked from them was actually a moderately recent album, Death Magnetic.
Yeah, that's the one, Wes. Death Magnetic. Yeah.
I was like, I
That
like
was
album
on Guitar Hero.
because it was a good album after Saint Anger.
Wasn't everything good after Saint? Wasn't Saint Anger shit?
Saint Anger wasn't shit. It was just a jam session album. So it
Shut
wasn't
the
like
fuck up. Saint Anger is trash. It's not, dude. Go wash your mouth out with soap.
Is Saint Anger better or worse than Reloaded?
Saint Anger is leagues worse.
Than Reloaded?
Yes. I would take Reloaded on a desert island every day of the week than if you made me listen to Fran tick 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 Fran tick 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 tick. Fucking garbage. Have you heard? Have you heard it?
Yes.
Taze,
That's
Wes is
insane.
getting pooped on. Oh my god. It's bad. We know it's bad.
anger with you.
Everyone
so
but Wes
dumb.
knows it's bad.
I mean, obviously, I give Wes shit. I'm not.
Hey, no, that's I
I'm
also
not being
get
mean.
that
I'm not trying to be mean.
it's like I know objectively it's a bad album, but I have liked Saint Anger better than Reload. I did not like Reload that much. Load
Boy,
is
oh
a good
boy.
album. S&M is a great album.
No. Yeah, of course.
Everything from Black Album to Kill Them All, phenomenally good albums.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they didn't miss until Reload.
Saint
and then they
Anger.
missed
Honestly.
then that and Saint Anger. Saint Anger is a miss. Like they're the bottom
Oh.
two albums.
It's a whiff.
Yeah. See, but
Mind-bogglingly. It's because they were in therapy, dude. the Some Kind of Monster documentary is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like just favorite movies. I could watch that movie every day of the week. I absolutely love that movie.
yeah, but see that album is why I realized that the Saint Anger album is just a jam session album because it's like the whole time they're playing bass is Bob Rock and they have to get the other dude to replace him, but they're still just jamming out the whole time.
Yeah, Bob Rock has too much say. Fucking they let Kirk write lyrics like my lifestyle determines my death style.
Yeah,
Don't let that man write lyrics. Let him ride his horse and in the fields and surf and play guitar. Don't let him write lyrics. My lifestyle determines my
my
death
death
style.
style.
That album is so funny.
Saint Anger was if we shit in a dumpster, lit the dumpster on fire, poured it onto a 45 vinyl, and then shit on the vinyl as it's spinning on the table.
Wait, why are you describing Chinese democracy?
And then there's Wes.
Oh no.
Hey,
What did fucking Axl Rose do to get he's catching strays?
that is a perfect
Why?
description. That is a perfect description of Chinese democracy, and you know it.
It is.
I remember when you were like, get free you bought Dr. Pepper and you got that album for free.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. My friend and I, Nate, used to buy them and throw them, get the free album and then like dispose of them.
Does Guns N' Roses only have one good album?
No.
No?
Use Your Illusion Part 1 and 2 are fantastic.
Okay.
They have 3 good albums. They have 4 good albums. Spaghetti Incident is great. Their live album is wonderful. Their live album used to be our trailer.
Not true.
You wanted the best. Well, they couldn't fucking make it.
So were really let down with Chinese democracy.
Good clip, Tay.
Well, yeah. Chinese democracy is Fat Axel with his friends and no other members. just like legally being Guns N' Roses and not actually being Guns N' Roses, just like with a piece of paper saying that we're Guns N' Roses.
You show up to a Guns N' Roses concert and it's all stunt doubles.
Yeah. Dude, we should do a music podcast. I haven't talked about music like this in a long time.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing we don't really talk that much about on the DENcast.
Yeah.
Our music tastes are very different in the
Yup.
Den. I would say that we watch similar movies,
Yeah.
sometimes similar shows, pretty similar games,
Mm-hmm.
very different music
Very different
across the
music.
board.
I don't
All 4 of us.
I don't want to be here all night, but I could just tell Aaron I like Disturbed.
Yeah.
Do
We
you
should have a
do you like
Disturbed
Five Finger
dude.
Cunt Punch?
Oh god. We should do a music podcast. I want to talk about Disturbed for like 3 hours.
We'll have to we'll schedule a special music podcast.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Merc said, "What's wrong with Disturbed?" Tay loves
That'll-
Five Finger
You know
Death
what?
Punch.
You know what? We're gonna leave that as a cliffhanger. Aaron will answer what's wrong with Disturbed.
Merc, we'll let you know
Yeah.
when the music podcast is.
It'll be the most divisive and offensive I've ever been.
Probably. Remember, you have to go easy on Nubs. He's fragile these days.
Yeah.
Nubs like some crazy shit. See, I'm a how would you describe my music taste, Aaron?
90s.
No, I'm serious.
I wish I had. I would describe your music taste as a Jackson Pollock painting.
Elaborate.
Just
Explosions of all kinds of
anything,
shit.
dude. You have sped up Teenage Dirtbag on a playlist.
Yeah.
Like we listen to
From
high-pitched,
TikTok.
sped up. It's just a little bit of everything, just like thrown at the paint. I would say that you don't discriminate.
I don't very often, except for
Yeah.
Nickelback. I discriminate against Nickelback and Creed.
Dude, Reminds Me is a great song. That first or third Nickelback album is great.
Yeah. Nickelback
Ocean
is
Man.
honestly good until Photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
And
Photograph.
even that album has a couple of great songs on it, but Photograph just is
Is
what
not
drove
one
it.
of them.
Look at this
No.
piece of trash. I want to
the
jam
Bullet.
it right up my ass.
Side of the
Great
Bullet.
name. Look at this graph, and he's holding up like a pie chart.
Yeah.
Super funny.
See, Side of the Bullet. Great
Thanks for
song
great
from that
memes.
album.
I'll never listen to it, but I believe you.
It was the tribute song for Dimebag Darrell after he got shot.
Feet, pants, pants, feet.
Oh.
It also has some of like the last stuff he has recorded.
Feet, pants
On
will
a
change your mind
Nickelback
about
song?
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I like your
Just-
feet around
just-
your pants.
Just listen to it.
Oh,
Just
I
give it a
fucking
shot.
hate that song, dude. And the animal song, I fucking
So
hate that
bad,
song.
dude.
I just want to be a rock star song, like, dude, come
Dude.
on.
Yeah, all those are off the same album.
Oh, that's insane.
Merc,
That's crazy.
Merc, you want to
Oh,
hear my
yeah.
favorite DJ Cumberbund song?
We could
I
also-
love DJ Cumberbund, dude. Here's my favorite DJ Cumberbund song, real quick, while we talk.
We could do a whole
Oh,
new
then now I
podcast
want to
of,
hoodwink. Does it make you stop
covers
think?
versus
You think you're looking
originals,
at
too.
Aquaman? I summon fish to the dish, although I like the shell. We select the sushi cause it never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Big like Leanne rhymes because I'm all about value. Bert Cantor's got the hard hits. You try to
what?
push wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a pick out like a sink and make a drink out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the shoulders and you know the vertigo is gonna go missing some fingers. You like the sun waver.
With Macho Man in like every song, dude. Oh, I fucking love it. It speaks to me. I love it so much. Okay. But yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. Like, I grew up listening to 80s and freestyle music in Miami, right? 90s hit. I slowly, coming out of high school into college, I slowly got into the 90s, like alternative rock style, grunge, quote, you know, Nirvana, all that stuff. And I kind of like mildly listened to that stuff. I was still really listening to like a lot of hip hop and a lot of like 90s hip hop and stuff like that, being in Florida. And then
Dude, you were 14 when Kurt Cobain died.
yeah.
That's insane. Damn.
He died in 93,
3.
yeah.
But you didn't listen to them until after, you're saying. So like after high school going into college, you started listening to them.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I knew of them, but I wasn't really listening. It wasn't until I started dating this girl, Christine, who was really into all that rock music and everything, and she brought me to all the festivals. Like, she brought me to the big festival that I talk about where I saw Linkin Park and Three Doors Down and 3 Days Grace, Offspring, and
Out of
fucking
threes.
all before they were like huge, right? Like Offspring was the biggest band out of all of them. So like, and then that's when I started to get into all that kind of music. And then later on in the car club years, I started getting into like dance and EDM and stuff like that because that's what we were all doing and everything. So like, I've just through the fucking decades, dude, I've picked up a lot of different things based on the people that I hung out with and were friends with and like where I lived and everything. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of my, we'll just sum it up as rock for everything. Like a lot of my rock knowledge now was like listening to you and all about Alice in Chains and all the Seattle Boys and all that, you know, Mother Love Bone and all that stuff. So I just kind of adapt all kinds of shit wherever I go. And I just really probably like country the least, except for like 90s country. 90s country I think was good, but then when it started to get super pop country is when I kind of was like, I don't really care about these fucking people named Florida Georgia Line and all this bullshit. But that's about it. And then I listen to other weird shit like fantasy music. The Skyrim soundtrack really got me into like looking up bard songs and like tavern music and stuff like that. And I listened to like shit you would hear at a Renaissance festival. Going to what's that, Lord of the Dance, going to a bunch of shows with Katie for Katie Dito about from